Don't quit if I criticize day game boot camps. Your secret plan B. That's right. Hey, did you know that boot camps are just your plan B, which is a secret backup plan of yours? However, plan A is my courses like Elite 30 from Hard Case to Hero, Elite Bundle 2, Kaizen, and 3 months to proficiency, which does not need to be taught in person and can still get you laid. You might feel like I'm attacking your beliefs. So don't get triggered by cognitive dissonance, two opposing ideas. Subscribe and watch this entire video for those who can't figure out why I've been criticizing day game boot camps for months, even making some of you quitting day game and you don't know why. Even if you did get laid in rare occasions from these day game boot camps, using romantic flirts and alcohol maxing in the bedroom with heavy bedroom escalation like a sociopath. But if you take that alcohol crutch out of it, their day game courses does not work, and you're spending $5,600 for a boot camp or bench hold camp. Besides, boot camps are the most profitable way for other Machiavellian dating coaches to make money. That's right. So if they don't have that, they'll just make you go direct and mass approach with a bunch of stupid approaches, getting no day game laid testimonials like James Tusk or Todd V. They can't collect it because if the student gets laid, it isn't within the training period. Some people with a lot of height or muscles will get laid with a woman that looks like 4 out of 10 or somebody below their looks level using this direct game bullshit numbers game. So the coach cannot collect that testimonial because they get laid way afterwards from their boot camps. Or the lower SMV guys who are like 5'4" or below gets no fucking results whatsoever. That's right. So of my 620 laid pole testimonials, I have 30 something boot camp testimonials, lays and poles. So if we do the mathematics, 600, and that's actually 621. One of my students got laid in night game. I don't really count it, but I might as well. 621 divided by 30 or 32, 30 something, right? Something like that. What's the mathematics? 5% of the total of students got laid from boot camps for me. Of course, you might be saying, well, 5% is very little, John. That's nothing. 5%? Really? No. That's like 30 something lays and polls for boot camps. 3 students did not get laid from boot camps and no results, not even a poll. The rest polled or got laid. And 30 something is not bad, especially when I'm not teaching it during this inflation, this pandemic. But however, that means there's so many more students that got laid without an actual day game boot camp. And you wonder, why am I criticizing it? 5%. That means the other 95% can get laid without it, which debunks it. So it doesn't mean my day games my boot camps are not effective. If there's zero COVID, I will be teaching day game boot camps, but not right now. Most students can get laid without one. So even if I'm hurting my own business by criticizing boot camps, I'm just telling you guys the truth, even at the risk of hurting my business. If I get more students laid without it, and I make less money, but then I get more people laid, won't that be better? I would teach boot camps again. Like I said, it's zero COVID. I just don't have the immune system for it. I literally am so OCD and hand washing so much. I have no immunity to anything. I'll get sick very easily, especially at my age. So I have to wear a mask all the time. I don't want to do that. Teaching a boot camp. So the reason why my students get laid is habits, not tactics. You're like, what the fuck are you talking about? Habits, not tactics. Habits means like they drill it down over and over. For Elite 30, for Elite Bundle 2, and for Kaizen and 3 months to proficiency. They have this 30-day training. They drill it down, habits, not tactics. So therefore, it stays with them Unlike a boot camp, even if you manage to get laid, and very rarely do people get laid. 99% of people do not actually get laid from boot camps or bencho camps. But however, if there's a small percentage that does with alcohol crutches, that's not sustainable, because without the alcohol, without the boot camp, without the escalation with drunk women in the bedroom, you're not going to get laid after the boot camp anyways, and you'll lose your skills and you'll go to another boot camp, or you get stuck. Sure, you may win occasionally, but you'll lose big time. Unlike my students who their results are sustainable. They get laid so often that the quality keeps going up, and then they settle with it because they meet their life goals. They drill down the skills and it stays with you. It's sustainable. Because I got the most laid testimonials for a day game. What I'm trying to tell you is that you should stick with plan A and not plan B. You always have this plan B, like, oh, what happens if you don't get laid with plan A? Then you'll take a boot camp. Oh no, John's criticizing boot camps. John insulted your plan B. If John insulted your plan B and John has the most laid testimonials, then you might as well quit. That's your thinking. That's fucking zombie logic. That's not the right way to think, because I got the most laid testimonials. You don't need a plan B. And a lot of people dropped off when I say you don't need a plan B. I had 4 people looking. Now it goes all the way down to 1, because it's like, shit, John's probably right. So you need to stick with plan A. I know it sounds crazy and people dropped off because of it, but we are so used to hearing that you need to have a backup plan, which is boot camps or bencho camps, or you rather just quit because you're ADHD. That's the secret. You're ADHD. You're unfocused with Asperger's syndrome. I know it. Because you're full of cortisol stress hormone and you're completely delusional. And when you go to these boot camps, these bencho camps, what you're doing is that you're going on a pilgrimage. That means no matter what, you've already set your mind that you're going to take a boot camp. There is nothing I can say that can change your mind. The only thing you can do is to take a boot camp or you quit, because that's your plan B. Because in reality, you have ADHD with Asperger's. Otherwise, you could not afford a boot camp. Boot camps are expensive, guys. A 7-day boot camp costs $5,600 for other dating coaches. Even for 3 days is at least at $3,000. If you're paying that much because you think it's a shortcut, it's not actually a shortcut. It is not a plan B. It is, you should stick to plan A. And you don't, and the reason why I know it, because you don't have the resilience to do a 30-day challenge, even though the students get laid in 2 weeks in my coaching, even for Elite 30 from hard case to hero. So that's the thing. Because you're full of cortisol, you're ADHD, because you're ADHD, right? You become low self-esteem and high ego. And you have the 4 traits of low self-esteem. That's what's really happening here, guys. Like this. High ego, low self-esteem. You become number 1, delusional. Number 2, you become half-assing things. That's why you like boot camps. You think it's a shortcut. Number 3, okay? Number 3, you believe that you go to the wrong path, the sociopath, and in 4 months, everything falls apart. So what happens is, in number 4, you quit. These are the 4 traits of low self-esteem, these 4 traits. Don't you understand why you're quitting? You're going to number 4th trait, because that's low self-esteem. So you should not do that. You should not just quit for the sake of it. All right. Does that kind of make sense, guys? So on your pilgrimage, that means no matter what, you're going to be taking a boot camp. There's no convincing you. It's automatic thinking. People quit due to ignorance. People quit due to the inflation. I actually have a question for some of you guys. Why did you guys quit day game? Because I asked you guys, and I asked you to put it to a vote. And 7 people said, out of like 4 options, I asked you guys, why do you quit day game? Was it economic stress? Was it because of the inflation? Was it because like this, because of that? Only one person voted they quit because I insulted boot camps. But I asked them, what's the reason why they're not training with me? And they all voted that they quit day game. I could not even believe that. When I was looking on my phone and I put a poll up there, and there's a second poll, I don't have enough information. I was like, why the fuck did you quit? Or what's the reason why you're not training with me? And they quit. And I'm thinking maybe for all these months I've been insulting boot camps. Work got in the way, okay? Is it work because you need to survive and you're more focused on survival because of the Maslow chart of human needs? If that's the reason, how about other people here? There's 3 people here, 3 or 4 sometimes. Don't be shy. You can type in here. Nobody's going to judge you. I want to ask you guys, why did you quit day game, or why are you not training with me? Work is just an excuse. Work will always be there. It's not like work is going to disappear. If you're a university student, it's not like university will go away either. So a lot of people, even another student told me that a lot of you guys are in a survival mindset with the high food prices and everything. So I created Elite Focus. Do you know that? I actually created a course for all of you called Elite Focus. It's free. So that way you can fix all your money problems, your survival problems, but only 18 people took Elite Focus. You should all take it. As I was saying, you're going to go on your pilgrimage to a boot camp for those who can afford it. Even if you right now are in survival mode and cannot afford a boot camp, you should still listen to what I have to say, because there are those who can actually afford it because they're engineers or they have a logical job and they're Asperger's because they have Asperger's syndrome. They make 6 figures a year. They can afford boot camps. Those are the guys full of cortisol, stress hormone, skinny fat that can afford it. And the autistic people that are not Asperger's, they cannot afford it because they have excessive ADHD and they have autism, but they're good at nothing because they're excessive ADHD. So their self-esteem goes down, the ego goes up, the Maslow chart of human needs, food, shelter, water, sex, temperature control, the toilet, all this other stuff. Their human needs are not being met because the next one is called the employment or security of employment. They don't have that. They can be fired anytime. People are just surviving and food costs are super high. Please check out Elite Focus so that takes away an excuse. It'll teach you time management. It'll teach you how to budget your money. It'll teach you the food costs. What do I eat? That's like less than $2 a day. Right now it's a little bit more. I even drink Soylent. Literally, I drink a liquid drink and I don't have to eat for a few days. I reverse engineered everything. I should update the videos, but you guys need to go towards the cure. And that's the problem with the ADHD people. They're in such survival and depression mode that they cannot actually do Elite Focus. You should all sign up to it. In fact, I should put a link to Elite Focus somewhere so that way you guys can sign up to it. It makes no sense why I don't have it. Hopefully the computer does not crash. I'm going to put the link over there in the thing right now. So if you click on my links on the top of the thing, okay? There's an Elite Focus right over here, okay? Right now, it has a landing page, and here's the link to it right now. Go sign up for it. It's free. It doesn't cost you. I could have charged $30 for it. It's free. It costs you $0. Isn't that nice of me? I spent a few months to make this for you, and it works. Somebody else taught it to other people, you know, even though it wasn't his course, and he has an ADHD student. One of my black students became a coach for Night Game. He taught it to his ADHD student, and it worked. Yeah, right now I have to get into the program. Okay, it's really hard to get into that right now. But let me, hopefully the computer does not crash because I have to start all over. But you guys should take Elite Focus if you have money problems. But at the same time, rather than just quitting day game because you're thinking boot camps is a backup option for those with Asperger's syndrome. It is not a backup option. It is just a waste of money. Here's a solution. Get your mind under control. So if you're going on your pilgrimage, is in the link right now. And I cannot stop you until you get burned from boot camps. A lot of the students that took boot camps these days, they actually, when you look at some of my students that got laid recently, they all took multiple boot camps. The Jewish student took multiple boot camps. The Italian student, the Vietnamese student, they all taken boot camps before. All the time. So if all these guys took boot camps, they did not get results. They all got burnt, but they're willing to spend money. But I'm just saying you should spend it over here. Plan A. Fuck plan B. Fuck plan B. See, you have to make this a priority. You have to make this a priority. For the 4 people that are here right now, I'm curious, why do you quit day game? Please comment. Summer is coming and we should be ready for the hotties. Don't get left behind. Marco over here is still approaching. He was my Latino student that had a girlfriend and a white fuck buddy at the same time. A Latina girlfriend, white fuck buddy. He had 2 girlfriends at the same time. He has many lays under my coaching. So I don't have to ask him why he quit, because he did not quit. He's still out there. But for the other people that are still here, besides Matt Lock the Nation, please tell me, why did you quit, or what's your excuse for not training with me? I'm trying to put a poll up there on my site and I don't know. And all these other people right now, when the inflation is here and the self-esteem is low and the ego is high and the ADHD is high and they have Asperger's syndrome, they're going to boot camps. They're going to white boot camps. They're going to boot camps, boot camps, boot camps. They believe they're taking a shortcut. It's like automatic thinking. It's almost like black people would automatically vote for Democrats. Even if they say they'll vote for Donald Trump, it's automatic thinking. It's be 100% voting for Democrats, or 90% averagely. They just cannot help it. It's automatic thinking. But it's just like these ADHD, Asperger's, logical guys. Even the white student, he has a very logical job. I won't say his job, but, he's a very logical person, scientific. And he also took a boot camp before. But when he came here, he just got laid 2 more times. So he has 3 lays so far. I got to post it soon. So you didn't need a boot camp, but they have to go on their pilgrimage. That's my point. No matter what, they have to go on their pilgrimage. They have to get burned first before they come to John Elite. But why not go with instead of that being your plan B, just in case, why don't you go with plan A, which requires focus? And I put Elite Focus, which you all should sign up to, in the description. So there's no fucking excuses. And you say, oh, I'm too busy, I'll check out later. You got to make this a priority, because your job is always going to be there. Your engineering job's always going to be there. What, you think you have approach anxiety or something and then you can't do it without a coach? Or you think you lack resilience? No problem. I can fix that for you. The Jewish student had the very, very worst approach anxiety. He cannot take ashwagandha because he has a health problems that does not allow him to take ashwagandha. And he was freaking out, but he did it anyways. I love how you're proactive. Yeah, I mean, I made this course in 2023 before this whole inflation thing became super bad, before it starts to strangle everybody else. So I actually thought ahead too. I was very proactive. Very proactive. I'm addressing it right now. And for me making fun of boot camps for the last few months, where if you search day game boot camps, you see my videos and shorts in every single 3 videos, I'm attacking your plan B. But I want to say that there is a plan A and people don't know it. They don't fucking know it. It's automatic thinking. And you think it's easier because you're less resilient, or if you have approach anxiety, as I said. Or you think it's faster to get results. But in reality, 99% of people don't actually get any results for day game during their boot camps. And for the 5 people that are here, thank you for being here. I just want to ask you guys, why do you quit day game, or why are you not taking Elite Focus? Can you please enlighten me? I need to know why you are not doing day game or not coaching under me. I cannot read your minds, guys. I'm not a mind reader. I can only speculate. I know you guys are afraid and only 1 or 2 people are typing. But if you type, I get a lot of data and I can start making some adaptations. I can accommodate you. I can accommodate you if I know. But I don't know right now. I don't know. But check out Elite Focus. So you think it's faster to get results. People will pay more money to get results, but 99% don't get results during this inflation, because it's delusional. Even if they have student infields, which doesn't mean anything, by the way, because they don't show the part where they pull her back home using a 50 or 100 romantic flirts in a row, and they teach their students to use alcohol. That's the secret sauce. Hey, why not buy a bottle of champagne or Jack Daniels or vodka and put it in the bedroom, and they'll teach you how to escalate her super hard. They call it bedroom escalation. It is not illegal to get a woman drunk because it happens all the time with night game. This is day game. But getting her intoxicated on purpose, so that way you can escalate her super hard and work your way in there, that's called sexual assault. My students do not need to learn bedroom escalation. They don't get resistance. They deal with it with the aerial science, maneuver, sexualizing it to the maximum at some point, and dealing with these sexual objections. And she opens her fucking legs because that deals with her left brain and right brain. Alcohol deals with her left brain by shutting it down. It deals with her right brain by getting her intoxicated, by spiking a bunch of things. But since most people don't fit in a boyfriend and girlfriend frame, therefore, they have to escalate super hard. So that means their day game courses do not work. You ever wonder why nobody gets laid from their day game courses? Yeah, fuck wokeism. Fuck wokeism. That's a mind virus. Fuck wokeism. What do you mean enough customer reviews right here on my channel? That's a misconception. Because if you look at my site, there's 621 laid po testimonials. Look at over here. This section over here. These are all the laid testimonials. You don't see enough reviews? Well, what the fuck is all this? I'm not even stuffing this like other dating coaches who just post nothing but positive reviews. They're self-proclaimed tall white dating coaches, and they only have like fucking they only have like 36 video testimonials, and they have like they have over 600 stuffed testimonials of positive comments on YouTube that did not get laid. Oops. You see that? You're just dismissing all this. You have to cover people's faces because I'm showing the women's lay pics. What will happen if, what will happen if the woman sees it? They'll fucking sue me. Don't you understand that? I have to cover their faces. Marco over here is one of my students. You see him right there, Marco. Over there. He's my student. So therefore, he's a real person. You have to censor it. Even the infield. It is a lawsuit waiting to happen. So you have to. I mean, there's no other way. Look at all these late testimonials. This is without boot camps. I keep fucking changing the order. Hold on. That means, okay, this one's a boot camp, right? Whoops. 5% are boot camps. Some of these are boot camps, but most of them are not. If that's the case, then this is plan A. If 95% of the 621 LAPO testimonials, these are just the video testimonials. You should see the people that did not make the video testimonials, the ungrateful fucks. The ungrateful fucks. I just have the screenshot, but not the video, because they won't make it because they're ungrateful. They want to suck off other dating coaches. They get laid here, but they go back to worshiping white dating coaches. I'm not even done yet. So there's not enough lay testimony. I've been posting too many. People been ignoring it. So I was wondering, why are you ignoring my lay testimonials, guys? I've been posting it nonstop, and people look at me like I'm crazy, and 7 people voted they quit. And now I'm insulting your boot camps. Here's the proof why boot camps are not the answer. These guys don't even need a boot camp to get laid. You're like, what the fuck? I'm not even joking, guys. I'm more than every other day game coach in the world combined. If you look at 620, you want to see 620? Like, you have no idea how many I really have. This is just video testimonials, guys. As fucked up as it sounds. Nobody has this much. They'll stuff their testimonial page. If they have a boot camp documentary or some shit, they'll just fucking stuff a living shit of it like a turkey and repeating the same things over and over. It's like, what the fuck? The fuck? Okay, let me continue. Do you guys understand why I'm Johnny Elite, the world's best day game coach? These are just video testimonials. Wait until you actually... Fuck. Wait until you actually see the... Go ahead, watch them all. Okay? This is about 150 or something. I have way more than that. I have another 40 of them. Video testimonials unreleased. But that's just the people that are willing to make it. So anyways, if you check out my website, www.johnnyelite.com, you can see, even if you check the top of my YouTube channel page, you can see all 620. There is so much, it'll take 8 minutes to scroll across all of it. Exactly. But for the 4 people that are here, I'm still wondering, why are you not training with me? I know in the polls they voted, they quit. And I'm trying to deal with the objection. If I criticize the boot camps, I don't want you to quit because I criticize boot camps, your backup plan. So that's why I'm going to share with you 3 misconceptions with you today that's going to revolutionize the way you think about taking a boot camp when you don't really fucking need one. And why you should not quit just because I criticize boot camps, because you refuse to go with plan A, because you think you lack resilience, but you have to have a plan B no matter what, wasting money in boot camps, bencho camps. I'm Johnny Lee. I'm the world's best day game coach who has 620 laid poll testimonials for day game. So what I'm not criticizing boot camps. Okay, I am attacking boot camps because I'm criticizing your plan B. Don't you understand? You don't need a plan B. You don't need a backup secret plan. Just like Asian men, they always ask me, do you teach night game, John? Like the other Queefing Casanova and all these other coaches. Do you teach night game? Because for Asian men, they don't have any fucking self-esteem or confidence that they can do day game because they're so autistic that they always ask me, is there a night game component to it? Because that's their fucking backup plan. But this is different. For you guys who does day game, your backup plan is boot camps. First of all, most of you cannot even afford a boot camp if you're autistic and ADHD, unless you're Asperger's and ADHD. You can't afford it. And those ones who could afford it, they're lazy cunts with low self-esteem, half-assing things. Lazy, lazy, lazy. Well, I do teach boot camps, but right now, until there's zero COVID, I would teach it again. So I'm willing to lose a little bit of money by saying this. I'm willing to lose money to tell you guys the fucking truth. I don't care. But when I'm posting nonstop day game lay testimonials and you're fucking ignoring it, that's bad. Because normally I post a day game lay testimonial, I get like 1 or 2 students. Few videos, another lay testimonial, a few students. Now people are ignoring me and thinking I'm fucking crazy for posting it. They just look at me with a blank stare in survival mode. They're like fucking sewer rats. That's fucking stupid. So however, I'm trying to tell you that you refuse to understand no matter how many fucking times I tell you. It bounces off your brain. It's like, dude, you don't need a boot camp. Bounces off, and people drops off. No matter how many times, it doesn't make sense to them. But John, boot camps. No, you don't need boot camps. But boot camps, John, boot camps. No, you don't need a boot camp. No, boot camps, John. I need a boot camp. A bencho camp, boot camp. You can't even convince them. It's automatic thinking. It's just like black people that automatically trust the Democrats. It's just like black people that automatically trust Justin Wayne because they're black. He black, I vote Obama. I vote Obama. Not to be racist or nothing, but I'm just saying he's half black. It's automatic thinking. They cannot even control themselves. It's like a zombie. So what I'm saying, there's a better way than boot camps. I got all these students laid. 95% of my students laid are without boot camps. And so the better question is, why do you need one? You think you need one because you are not resilient during this inflation. That's why I got you Elite Focus, so you can get your fucking resilience again. Sign up. Sign up and stop fucking around. Here's the link to it for Elite Focus. Again, free. You solve all your money problems here. Give it a thumbs up if you like what you're hearing and you want to hear some real talk that is completely based in no cap. All right. So you think you need one because you're not resilient, and you fucking approach anxiety. You think you will learn faster in the boot camp if you have somebody to stand next to you. Exactly. So you don't need a boot camp. You have approach anxiety, you can still get over it without taking the boot camp. Where most people get burnt, like my recent students who all took boot camps before. But they got better results over here because they didn't get any results over there. So, if they mostly were just using, that's the thing with other dating coaches. Most of their lay testimonials for pickup is night game. It's not even day game or Tinder shit. They play a huge numbers game. And if they do get lay testimonials, they're using alcohol maxing. That's why their day game courses does not work with romantic flirts. Also, you don't need a plan B. Or if they're self-proclaimed coaches who says, I got like 1,200 lay testimonials. No, you don't. 600 of them, half of them, are just positive comments off YouTube that can be screenshotted. These are not even fucking students. They don't even get laid. They just set up dates. How is that a testimonial? Okay, so there is 1,200 testimonials, but how many laid testimonials from pickup? Now it's down to like less than 100, less than 50. It's like, okay, I'm just speculating here. I have to double check. I'm not 100% sure. Don't quote me on that one. I'm speculating. It's just my opinion, but I can count them in the future in front of everyone. I can censor all the names and everything so they can't get me in trouble. And I can show you in red if they don't get laid, which is more than half of them, yellow if it's Tinder, and green if it's pickup for day game or night game. And you'll see most of them are in red, most of them are in yellow, and very few of them are actually green, even for the video testimonials. They're trying to stuff Tinder as the same category as day game. It's not. Day game requires 20 out of 35, looks out of 10, money out of 5, status out of 10, social skills 2.5, social calibrations 2.5, emotional control 2.5, game 2.5, 20 out of 35. And they have the audacity to say stats don't matter. It's not about stats. But this stats reveals everything because night game is 15 out of 35. And Tinder is only 12 out of 35 to get over that line. It's perfectly aligned with their testimonials and popularity. If they have over 50,000 fucking students and they have so few late testimonials due to popularity and a huge amount of traffic, then they have very little. It's almost like an ad. Only a certain percentage of people converts. They go through huge volumes. That does not mean it's effective. For me, I have fewer students, fewer views, fewer subscribers, but more late testimonials. Even if you take away all the poll stuff and just focus on the lays, I have more late testimonials than anybody else out there for pickup in the world combined. Todd V only has 3. James Tuss only has 2. It's just the way it is. They don't have much of anything. Coach Kyle has 3, and they're better looking than he is. Charisma King or Charisma King. Machiavellian, delusional. Don't you understand? The more late testimonials you have, this should be the only metric that you look at a dating coach because you're more likely to get the same results. Where do they get laid? If it's boot camps, then you're manipulated because their day game courses don't work because they have romantic flirts that does not work without the alcohol crutch escalating super hard like a sociopath. Where do you get laid from? If it's just boot camps, then the day game courses are misleading. They're all a scam. They're all defrauding you. It's a fraud. So that way you end up in their expensive boot camps. Their plan B, which they try to trap you. The ADHD, Asperger's, lazy, they want quick results. But everybody else's boot camps, 99% doesn't even fucking work. I know because my students took multiple boot camps before. So if you don't need a plan B, you should stick with plan A and burn all the boats behind you and fight on and not fucking quit because I insulted your day game or plan B. It is that people voted they quit on the community tab. 7 votes, 100% voted they quit. And for the 4 people here, don't be afraid. Please type in why did you quit, or if you didn't quit, let me know why are you not training with me. I can't read minds. You guys are not voting for it. I don't have enough data. Yeah. Woke POA channels. Can you explain why? What do you mean by woke? I know woke is a fucking mind virus I don't subscribe to. But I also think the reason why is because of white plausibility. Let me ask you guys a question for all those thinking about boot camps. Have we ever seen a white dating coach ever same-day lay from open to sex? Look at self-proclaimed high lay count guy, Todd V, which only meets them for Tinder and then meets them at nighttime. UMP, we have never seen them fucking do a same-day lay. They only went to a cab. Have we seen a single white dating coach besides one guy who got in trouble for grape and he went to jail for it? Is there one single white dating coach that did a same-day lay that from open to sex? They might say open to poll, but have we seen one from open to sex? We have never seen it before. It never happened in our lifetime. Why trust white plausibility? Almost 99% of the dating boot camps you guys take, the very first one, 99% is a white dating coach. 99% of the second one is a white dating coach again. These guys are not the same as naturals, and they're not the same as blue pill, who has good social skills, who can get girlfriends with ease. No, these guys are zombies. They have sociopathic, angry, crazy eyes. They look like they're sociopathic eyes. All these dating coaches, look at them. You know that you're being misled when their eyes are separated a little bit. They look at you like this with salamander eyes, looking like 2 different directions, and they look like they're a psycho. But you always look at the smile and you get misled because you're delusional. The 4 traits of low self-esteem: delusional, half-assing it, wrong path to sociopath, boot camps, and quitting. But they prey on your delusions and your ADHD and your half-assing it. That's why you take boot camps. Well, looks, Marnie Wingirls, and these women dating coaches are even worse. These ones, they prey on men because they say, well, look at all the good reviews. They don't even get laid, but they get good reviews, kind of like ABCs of attraction. Oh, look at the good reviews, the good reviews. No, good reviews mean they feel good about their training, but they did not get their dicks wet because they didn't get their fucking dicks wet. My students get their dicks wet. Understand that? They get laid for a day game. ABCs of attraction never had a day game laid testimonial in 2022. Mystery method bullshit, 2023, 2024. Mystery method does not work. Oh, mystery method. All these mystery method coaches has 0 lay testimonials, never mind day game. But they have endless boot camps in the name of mystery method, endless fucking boot camps. Because people have automatic thinking, oh, mystery must be good. Mystery is fucking autistic. He's Asperger's. Mystery method is Asperger's monotone, Asperger's syndrome logical, Asperger's. So it appeals to the Asperger's. Even my student with 10 fuck buddy sucks off the mystery method after he gets 10 fuck buddies here, a 5-some, 2 models, and 1 model girlfriend. Back to white dating coaches. But you gotta look in their eyes. You either got the autistic eyes. Don't quit day game yet. Most coaches are full BS. Exactly. So, security. I want to know, why did people not train with me? People voted. Is it because I criticize boot camps nonstop? I need some more data. That's why I create Elite Focus, so you guys don't quit day game. That's why I create Elite Focus. It's really important you don't quit. I also made a new webinar, and hopefully the computer does not crash when I'm opening the browser here. I made a new webinar. You guys should check it out. So that way, I like to have more people there, more traffic there too. Maybe I'll post this one too. So there's a new registration page. If you haven't quit yet and you're interested in training with me, you should check out my webinar. The new one right over here. Check it out. It's new. I just made it. It looks pretty cool, actually. I like it better than the Wix one, right? The free Wix one or the other. Oh, right. You're from India, right? So you can't train with me. I'm sorry about that. I don't train Indians from India. I train Indians from the United States, London, Australia, everywhere else except India, because India has backstabbed me so many times that I decided not to train any of them. So it's not that hard over there. Even if you did some RSD type of shit, they have no social skills over there. You just need to look sociopathic over there, be confident, and just mass approach and just keep it a little bit indirect and try to pull her home, because they're very conservative over there outside their grape culture, especially in Rajasthan. That's how they say hello. Not to be racist or nothing. Don't cancel me for shit. But I'm just telling you the truth. Rajasthan has the highest amount of grape. This grapist mentality for the pickup just escalates super hard. I did not no reverse ban on India. No reverse ban. Absolutely not. When I say something, I stick to it. Yeah, that's too bad then. That's too bad. I'm sorry. So, I want to know why people vote they quit in my community tab. Although I don't have that much information, one person voted the reason why they quit was because of my attack on boot camps for the last 3 or 4 months. They wonder why. Why one person voted that? I know it's not a lot of data, but one person voted. One is enough to make this video. One is enough to make this video. So I decided to make this video. I'm going to share with you 3 misconceptions that you don't need a plan B. You should stick with plan A and burn all the boats behind you and fight on and not quit because I insulted your boot camps or your plan B. Now you can stick with plan A instead of plan B. Plan A is taking Elite 30 or Elite Bundle 2, which is popular lately, Kaizen or 3MP. That's plan A. I know what you're probably thinking. It's faster to take a day game boot camp. But it's the fastest way to lose more than $5,600, $800 a day for 7 days. It's also faster to lose a couple of $1,000s for a 3-day boot camp. You think you're paying for a shortcut. You're just putting more money in their pocket. Let me ask you guys a question. If you were a dating coach and you want to make a lot of money, how will you do it? You'll be thinking, is it courses? No. If your courses actually worked, then you can switch different pictures for different platforms. It doesn't all have to be the same. I'll choose one for every platform later. I'm on YouTube Live. I'm talking to one of my students who is engaged right now. He's a half Filipino, half white. Yeah, he's engaged to a Latina. So he took my boot camp long ago, but I'm not teaching boot camps right now. And he got laid on a boot camp. Woo. But I can get more people laid without boot camp. Boot camp, I can only focus one at a time. So if you can succeed without boot camp, why will you need one? That's a better question. Why will you need one? You can switch different avatars, but the smiling one would be good on Facebook. Right? Maybe another one looking further away or meditating one could be better for Instagram. Yeah, he just took a bunch of pictures. He wanted to improve his social media for my student, half Filipino. Anyways, I was saying, so you can get laid without boot camp. And if you look at my, like, we want proof, right? I'll scroll through everything. Okay. So if there are people that teaches boot camps, like mystery method system, that's all they do. You look at all these coaches, they're like, oh, you got DHV. They're so Asperger's. They're so logical. You need routines. You need this. You need that. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? Routines or DHV story. It's so Asperger's. 6 people that here. Tell me why you're not training with me, so I could deal with the objections and make future videos. That Mystery's trying to come back now, and he's going to be gaslighting more people. Mystery's the Godfather, and I say, I started in 2001. In my last video, you can see white hairs. This one, I bleached it all out. You see that? When I bleach it out, you can't see the white hairs now. It's back to being blonde. That means I started in 2001. I'm before Mystery. I'm the Godfather of day game. I'm the Godfather. Johnny Elite, first day gamer, first generation, before Ross Jeffries. But it doesn't make sense. It just bounces off your fucking brain. A field test and a split test to every fucking system out there. I started teaching boot camps in 2012. 2012. Way back then. My first student was Korean. Then I started teaching groups of pickup artists in Vancouver for very little money. I have more teaching experience in boot camps than anybody. I'm criticizing fucking boot camps because I'm trying to tell you something, even if I lose money out of this. Because it's the fucking truth. You can hear my fucking voice that you guys are getting scammed by these boot camps, and it is not sustainable because the habits, not tactics. You don't have the habits to keep getting results. You're just going to get a one-off with alcohol maxing or get no results. Give it a thumbs up if you like me being completely based, even if I talk like a Gen Z using those terms. But I'm the first fucking generation of day gamers. I have more fucking day game experience than most of the coaches out there. It's ridiculous. You don't even know my physical age. I know I look like I'm 20-something. But I'm younger looking than Brian Johnson, the guy who wants to look 18 years old and spend $2 million per year. I am a product of Altos Lab that Jeff Bezos have spent like a couple of $1 billion investing in. I'm using the formulation that they're using. So I don't physically age forever. I'm aging backwards. I'm aging backwards. If I move back a little bit, you can see what I look like. Not so close to the camera. Every year, I'm looking younger and younger. Every month, I'm looking younger and younger. Because I don't feel like aging. But I have all this experience in day game. All this teaching experience. I've been teaching for more than fucking 11 years. I started the same time self-proclaimed high leg count guy did, 2012. Me and him were underground coaches. So I knew of him. All the time. Even my other students say, oh, check out this other coach. I always hear his name. Me and him, we started the same fucking time teaching. But I have more pickup late testimonials than he does. Well, do whatever you want. But, you know, if you have to train with someone in your homeland, whatever, it's too bad. Because I'm not changing my rules. When I say all Indians are punished for backstabbing me too many times, I don't go back on what I declare. People cannot declare and put words in my mouth. If I say I'm not going to teach India, I'm not going to teach India. Even if they pay me $1 million, I'll still say no. Even if all of you wired money to me and you collectively want to be taught in the whole group and you pay me over like 50K, I would still say no. Because I'm not teaching India. If you have to go to another coach, whatever. Just take their boot camps like you normally would. You get burned, you get no results. And then you start this whole cycle all over again. So for other people, why are you not trained under me? I'm asking you politely because I want to know. I want to know why you're not training under me. Because these other coaches, these mystery method coaches and RSD style coaches, they're in the business of teaching boot camps. They're not here to get you laid. But you guys don't know that because you're delusional. They prey upon it. They prey upon your ADHD. They prey upon your low self-esteem and half-assing things. So other style boot camps, if they do manage to get people laid, they often teach them how to use alcohol in the bedroom. They tell their student, buy a bottle of champagne, get her intoxicated, escalate her using bedroom escalation super hard. Keep doing it until she submits. Don't go over the level of grape. Just back off a little bit and do it again. Back off. That means it doesn't fucking work for romantic flirts if they have to keep escalating. That's grapey. Because you don't fit in the boyfriend and girlfriend frame. So then again, I'm going to show you a great way you can stick with plan A and get amazing results. So the first misconception is you have low self-esteem, and if you want to take a day game boot camp and refuse to go with plan A, which is my day game courses and bundles, which is proven to fucking work. In fact, I could secretly show you new lay testimonials before anybody else release them if you want. So I can go to my Google Drive and just play all the new lay testimonials that's not been posted yet. I'm not sure if I should give you a preview. Let me see if I can access my Google Drive and if it's there. Files. It's very small. It's hard to see. I'm going to put an order. Okay, it's very hard to. I'm looking through all the late testimonials here. And here's my. Okay. I'll deal with it later. But the idea here is that your mental illness is super ADHD. So you believe you can't focus on my plan A, which requires 30-day challenge. Okay? You can't do that because, like I said, it's habits, not tactics. You feel that you need boot camps because you need someone standing overlooking your mistakes. In reality, you could just get your friend to record you during the boot camps in the audio. You record it. I can see your body language. And just send it to me on Skype or something and just pay for a $300 Skype. You don't need a fucking boot camp. Come on now. Just get me your longest infield. Pay me to analyze it. My analysis gets people late. Their analysis is delusional and sociopathic because they're using alcohol in the bedroom. Everything that they say they're the expert or whatever, they're not the expert. They're not a goat of anything. They're like a real goat, metaphorically speaking. Not actual goat. It's stupid. Like, really? Good at what? My Pakistani mentor is way better. His girlfriend's like 10 out of 10. Fuck, like 59 out of 10s in front of me. Second of all, sociopaths are delusional. They have the 10 traits of a sociopath. It's like an AMD slow processor, but they always run those 10. Just like the far left, the wokies. They always have the 10 traits of sociopath. Machiavellianism. And everything that they think is delusional. And if their stuff does not work without alcohol, then it's a complete mass delusion. Without alcohol and heavy escalation, it's a mass delusion. So that's the thing. You feel like somebody's standing looking at you, but are they the right mistakes that they point out? The other coaches are like, this is your mistake. You need to stand up straight more. You need to make better eye contact. You need to square off. But are those the right mistakes? Maybe those are not the mistakes. My analysis, as you can see students getting late in 2 weeks or 1 week or a couple of days, my analysis actually works because it's transferable. Their analysis equals boot camps equals alcohol equals doesn't work without heavy escalation. Their analysis is delusional. They're delusional. So you also have Asperger's syndrome because you're good at one skill, which is a logical job, whether it's marketing, whether you're in science or whether you're accounting, or you have a very logical job. Mostly engineers would take boot camps because they can afford it and they think it's a shortcut because they're super full of cortisol and lazy. I'm not going to get into the tactics over there because my students get laid in 1 to 6 approaches. There are ways to know which one's the same day lay set, but I cannot talk about it here. I can't. So because of low self-esteem, your 4 traits of delusions, half-ass everything, the wrong path, the sociopath, and number 4, you fail and you quit. 4 traits. 4 fucking traits, right? That makes you quit. But the first 2 traits, delusions and half-assing it, and the wrong path, the sociopath, and quitting, right? All these are related to boot camps. Because with boot camps, it feeds your delusions that you worship white dating coaches first. You worship 3 white dating coaches, you take 3 white boot camps, and then you take one your own ethnicity. That's how it works. White, 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 These white dating coaches are not the same as normal white blue pill guys or naturals. These white guys that are dating coaches all have sociopathic death stares. They all look like they want to kill you. They all look crazy. Their eyes are split in half. This is dark tetrad, sadism. All of them, if you see that, or you look at their eyes, they look autistic. Some coaches have very autistic looking eyes, like Todd V. They have this Elon Musk looking eyes where they look like they have a glass eye staring through space. You stare behind them, you almost can see the stars behind them. This glass eye. Lots of coaches have this autism. And some coaches have this intense death stare. They all manipulate you like the left. They all manipulate you. So you burn out and you quit. So don't you understand? Because of the low self-esteem and the half-assing it, especially the half-ass, these guys who take boot camps who are Asperger's, they always want to do the minimum. Even some of these students who got laid recently, they're Asperger's too. They have no facial expressions. They're monotone as shit. However, they always do the minimum. Even though they get laid, eventually they just want to do the least amount of fucking drills. They fizzle out. That's why they take boot camps. They take many, many boot camps, in fact. Many boot camps. Let me see if I can actually go my Google Drive. Okay, hopefully it doesn't crash. My computer's been crashing a lot recently. So if it crashes, that'll be end of the stream. We'll open the Google Drive. And then I'm going to see if I can play some of the new video testimonials that have not been released yet. Lots of them. Too many of them. Hopefully it's censored enough. Please don't crash. 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 All right, let's continue. But unfortunately, rather than actually going with plan A, which is my coaching, you guys just went with plan B. It's like boot camps, but you can't afford boot camps. John Elite, the world's best day game coach, is insulting boot camps. Boot camps, boot camps, boot camps. Oh no, John's insulting boot camps. Therefore, you might as well quit because you don't want to do plan A because you're lazy. You're too fucking lazy for plan A because you're too ADHD and you're half-assing it. That's not the right mindset. Give it a thumbs up if you guys understand what I'm saying. My specs on my computer is an i7 processor, 3060 NVIDIA GPU, 16 gigs of RAM. So RTX 3090. That's my computer. It's a Asus tough, but it's not very tough. It crashes a lot. And the screen is starting to fuck up a little bit when it switches to 144Hz. Yeah, boot camps are a waste of time. It's a waste of money. And even if one dating coach may get some boot camps for alcohol maxing and romantic flirts, 99% of them gets no results. So that's why you decide to quit. You cannot just go with plan B. Oh no, John insulted our plan B. We secretly plan to take a boot camp later on. If we fuck up with plan A, but you're too fucking low functioning for plan A because you have no fucking resilience. I get it. But I want to deal with the objection here because you need resilience. I can teach you resilience. I taught the Jewish student resilience. I taught him that he was very scared. He did it anyways. He just followed it. He had the worst approach anxiety. He still fucking did it anyways, exactly like I told him. He still did it. So there's a way to do this because he has a disease that cannot actually take ashwagandha. He had to do it and power on. So there is a way. So if you can learn how to deal with approach anxiety here, and you can learn how to be resilient here with grit, why would you need a boot camp? Why? I don't use trim on the hard drive because all my hard drives are SSDs and stuff. You know, those small little ones, the M.2 or whatever they're called, like NVM, whatever. I don't want to put trim on them. So I'll fuck them up. I don't want to like burn them out. I just leave it the way it is. So Yeah, that's why it's super fast. Everything is super fast. Even my internet's like the fastest in Canada. So, but the fucking thing crashes a lot with blue screens. I don't know why. What the fuck? Maybe the GPU is overheating, or maybe the screen is. I don't know what the fuck, man. Fuck this. Fuck Asus tough. Fuck you, Asus. Oh yeah, I mean, I didn't set the hard drives to anything, but I'm running on SSDs, multiple SSDs. My other hard drive over here is a new Samsung hard drive over here. Let me show you. I can unplug it. I'm sure it will not crash my computer. Yeah, why not? Fuck it. Right here. Since it does not fit in the cover, these are the hard drives I run. They're super, super fast. So that's a Samsung solid state drive. Not sure exactly what, but these are very fast. I'm using a laptop right now. Yeah, I'm not using a PC. I don't have room for a PC. I'm using a laptop. So, all right. Unfortunately, you guys decided to quit dating instead of doing it my way. The 30-day challenge, even though I could have taught you how to deal with your approach anxiety and be more resilient. This is important because one of my students is Jewish. As like I said, he can't take ashwagandha. So he must have some kind of disease that makes it impossible for him to take ashwagandha. It will actually hurt his system and potentially kill him. He can, whatever supplements I recommend to him, he can only take certain things. He has to clear it by a doctor first. So he had the worst anxiety, but he still got laid twice with my coaching. So if you're not resilient, right, and you want to take a boot camp because you lack resilience, I can still teach you. Let me open up his testimonial. Okay? And we can hear a little bit of it for the Jewish student. You can hear what he has to say about it. Okay, I'll play over here in my little phone. You see that? This fucking phone you could fold and stuff, right? Weird shit. I like this phone. It's so weird. It's like either like a makeup kit, or some kind of weird folding thing. Phones fold? What the fuck? But I bought it anyways. The battery sucked dick. Samsung Galaxy Flip 5, whatever the fuck it's called. The battery sucked dick. The worst fucking batteries I've ever seen in my life. So I highly don't recommend it. I do like the phone a lot. It's easy to, put in your pocket, easy to move around with. Put a gold case over it. It's white underneath. I can't even see it. But I can play it like here. Okay. I can use a small screen to play it. So if we listen to what he has to say, a lot of things he says. Here, I'll just hold it. Makes a lot of sense.
Hey, I'm 42, traveling in South America. The date today is December 28th. And 8 days ago, I met a girl in a mall using the hybrid opener from John's Elite 30. She brought me to the store that I was looking for, but we didn't continue to an Insta-date since her friends were waiting for her for dinner. I got her number, but we couldn't meet till today since she had a lot of family work obligations due to Christmas.
I think this is a pretty cool phone because I don't have to open it very often. I can still just check the notifications and deal with business without getting too distracted. Right? And it can play YouTube videos here. I can do a bunch of cool shit. So I do like it in that aspect. I can open most of the programs on this small one, even Facebook, everything. I just have to install a secret program for it.
Today on the date, we went to a restaurant, and at some point I suggested that we go to my place for a private concert. She said, that sounds great for a different day or time. And I think in the past I would have been like, oh, okay, you don't want to, that's okay. Let's meet next time. But here I was like, no, I think that's a good idea that we should go to my place. I'm feeling it. So let's go. She's like, okay, let's go. So that was cool. And then in the apartment, we danced a little bachata. Then I played piano and sang for her while she sat on my bed. As I came to kiss her on the bed, I'd kissed her before on the couch. She posed some resistance that she didn't want to have sex, so I started massaging her. And when she asked if I had oil to put on her and took off her shirt, the path to sex was pretty straightforward. So that's how we ended up with the lay. But I will say that I've been working really hard at this program, like either going out to the field, cold approaching, one of my biggest fears. That's why I went
The biggest fears.
for this course and for John's coaching, because although I met a bunch of women through dating apps and stuff, that's not how I really want to meet someone. I want to meet someone in the wild, in the real life, and that I had a very, very big roadblock too. And I understood that, seeing all kinds of, in theory, it's all good. There's plenty of stuff on YouTube. But when I understood that John really is coaching like every day, one-on-one, I got this through a friend who recommended, and I'm like sending recordings and stuff, of my actual interactions and getting corrected. I was like, whoa, this is definitely something that I would want. And I would say, John, he's not easy. He pushes you really hard. And it's a lot of work. It takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of emotional energy. But to me, because I put this on a very high priority for myself, and I'm going to keep doing it. Okay, I got one lay. That's nice. But there's still...
He already got his second lay in the fuck buddy, and he wants to turn her into a girlfriend.
So much more to advance. I want to be really good at...
But the point is this. He has like some of the worst fears ever. Let me make this go faster. If he has the worst approach anxiety and he can do this without boot camp, I think he took a boot camp before. It got no results.
I want to be a master at this. There's still a lot of fear, but I still go and do it anyway. And that's the secret, is to keep doing it. I do a lot of practices that John gives me. He worked with me on my wardrobe. He works with me on my body language, on the speed that I say, on what I say, how I say it, corrects me. So there's a lot going.
He kind of fizzled out because he got too many lays now and too like fuck buddies and stuff from online dating, which I don't count. And also the day game, right? He has like that lay and also another fuck buddy. He's too occupied. He's already emotionally satisfied. So he's kind of stuck here. He plateaued. But it's a good place to plateau because the women that he's banging are way better looking than he is for both of them. And he wants to make the second one his girlfriend. It's not more practice. It's more like you have to drill it down correctly with the John Elite method. There's a drill for social skills, one for social calibrations to raise points, one for the emotional control, the way you speak. Because a lot of people, when they're POAs, they speak like, hey, I'm a POA. I speak super fast. And this is how I talk. Lots of micro pauses because they're autistic. They got to think about what to say. And then they talk like this. In front of me, excuse me, real quick. I have a question. I was like, looking for a place called that. Do you know what I got? Lots of syllables. Close to, that's the POA accent. That has to be like, you have to fucking fix it so you don't sound like that. Lots of things to fix. Game tactics. He only goes for same day lays. That's what he did. He only goes for same day lays. He does not go for fucking number closes only, like most dating coaches. Most of my students just go for same day lays. Even the white student recently got another 2 lays. I have not posted about it yet. I should on the community section. Remember that one of the white students
on here to get this to work. And like I said, there's still a lot more to go. So I look at this as a long-term investment. And yeah, I would recommend John to anyone who's...
So practice does not make perfect. Perfect practice makes perfect. I've been to many countries in Europe. Mostly been in Canada. Only been in the United States once or twice. been to California. When I was younger, I went to Disneyland or something. I don't know where, Florida. I'm not sure. I don't know. But I haven't been to Asia yet. I haven't been to Asia. But you guys see, right? If you didn't need a boot camp, then why would you need a boot camp? Okay. And hopefully I can find another lay testimonial here of another student. I have too many here. I'm scrolling down looking at it. Okay, which one's which? All right, I see some testimonials here from the Italian student, but I don't know which one's the latest one. Number 3 or number 4 here. Let's see if I can play it. See. Yeah, okay, third lay. This is the correct one. Okay. Let's hear a new testimonial talking about boot camps, I think. I teach like all of the training is online. I know it's crazy. Like no other coach in the world can get people laid online. I'm the only one. Their 6 months to misery programs don't even fucking work. They just play a huge numbers game and maybe eventually they might get laid doing the huge numbers game or they don't. But for me, if they're getting laid so fucking quickly and all the time, this is his third lay testimonial, like just weeks apart. And he's banging like 8s and 9s out of 10s. A 5'8" Italian when he was mostly banging 4 out of 10s before, and it took a lot of breaks in between. Let's hear it. You don't need a boot camp. The reason why I'm not posting them nonstop is people are starting to ignore them. I'm just burning through testimonials like I'm throwing them into a big pile of fire. I'm in Vancouver. I'm in Vancouver, Canada. Mm. Yeah, basically all the students. Okay, so basically for basic training, it's like an army. They all come in here. They have a 26 video mindset playlist. One Hong Kong student who went on a date with a white girl, his first one, and she's quite pretty. I kicked him out because he won't do the mindset playlist. He cannot get past video number 5. That's when you're super ADHD. This student pushed through it. He was kind of ADHD too, logical. And he done it. That's to open up the mind so you can start learning and implementing. If you don't go through the mindset playlist, this is why I take the students' audio. They always write notes. 26 videos, they write notes. They write down exactly what they learned and what their mistakes are. 10 takeaways, not paraphrasing like a fucking parrot, repeating what's in the video. These are like short summaries. They actually write down their own interpretations. So if you sign up to my same day lay webinar, for example, over here, okay, I've never tested this thing yet. You can actually get the mindset playlist for free. I'll have to send it to you on WhatsApp. So if you want the mindset playlist that they're all using to get laid and to be implementing, and your mindset really fucking sucks during this inflation and you're bench holding and fucking losing your fucking mind, then just go watch the webinar and it'll be sent to you. So I would send it personally on WhatsApp. It's me. It's not like a team of people or something. You know, I finally hired my first employee in a long time, a virtual assistant. He's going to start next week. Too much work on my end. I have to do everything myself. Literally, all the shorts, all the videos, everything is done by me, all the video editing. So I rehired my video editor. Now he's a virtual assistant. He's from the Philippines. He edits for TV shows and stuff. That's why the boot camp clips were so good before, like documentaries. He edited. Now he's a virtual assistant. So, you know, it's like, well, is that expensive? Oh, sometimes you got to invest in people because it speeds up the time. But the basic training is 26 videos. They have basic training with 4 skills. 1 for social skills, flow drill, triangular flow drill. They have to practice. 1 for 45-degree body language. 1 for emotional control. And 1 for game tactics, which is maneuver, sexualize, and objections looping. They'll practice these 4 things over and over. And then they'll do Elite 30 over and over, with these 4 things on top of Elite 30 combined. And usually around like day number 6, day number 7, day number 8, they usually get laid. Combining all these things together. That's why you should take Elite Bundle 2. It's $900 right now, but how about this? Right now, Elite Bundle 2 for $900 at the end of, like, what's the day today? Right now it's Thursday, right? By the end of Sunday, if you guys don't train with me, I'm going to raise the price of Elite Bundle 2 because too many students got laid here to $1,000. Not $900 anymore. Elite 30, Elite Playbook, isn't it? Elite Access, 1 year of consultation. 10 Skypes, which is too cheap at $900. I was trying to help you guys out so I get more lay testimonials. But since you're ignoring the lay testimonials and too many students are getting laid, must raise the fucking price. Won't you get less students there, John? No, I'll get better students. I won't get fucking sewer rats anymore. I won't get these low energy, easily quit, low grit motherfuckers. Bench holds. No offense. Not saying that's you. No, I'm fucking serious. In fact, I'll even raise it to $1,000 right now. No, 900 American dollars. I don't work in Canadian dollars. I mean, are you serious? It's always been that price. This guy paid me that much, plus he got mental trauma cure for the both of them.
Serious about advancing and who wants to put in the work. Don't expect it to be, easy and fast, but definitely possible. I really believe that about myself, I had like such a big fear. My cortisol was skyrocketing, and
yeah, what's the problem? You don't think the world's best day game coach with the most lay testimonials is worth $900? I lowered the price. It should have been like fucking. It should have been like fucking couple of thousand, if it's getting so many people laid. This is why I don't like sewer rats. Sewer rats are these people that are hungry all the time. They're value-taking snakes. They burn out very easily. They die very quickly. They multiply. That's what I call sewer rats, not zombies. Sewer rats. I'm tired of that fucking sewer rat audience who are quitting. That's why I create Elite Focus for you guys. Look in the description. And for anyone else, I'm happy you typed, okay? Raichi, I'm happy you typed. For other people, can you tell me why you're not training with me or why you quit? Is it a money issue? Is it the inflation issue? Like, why are you not training with me? Is it a money issue? Is it inflation? I need to know exactly why so I can adapt the messaging and I can adapt everything else. Hey, what's up? So basically, Elite Bundle 2. How about right now? If it doesn't crash the computer by opening another browser, I don't know why it crashes. How about I change it to $1,000 right now? So money issues, right? Can you afford Elite 30 at least for $300? That's the cheapest course, and this can still get you laid if you're disciplined. Or Elite Bundle 2, which is cheaper, like 600 or something. I think sewer rats are bad people. I've been seeing a lot of sewer rats because they look at me like I'm crazy. I post all these testimonials. Listen to them.
I pushed through it, and I really feel that if I could do it, like push through this fear and do it, then everybody has fear, but I can't imagine people having more fear than me and than I had. I still have, but not as much. So anyway, I would recommend to work with John. I've worked with different coaches in my life. I've never seen a coach that was so dedicated, so wants his students to succeed.
Like I said, if he's already got 2 lays and he wants to turn one to a girlfriend and has a fuck buddy, and he's happy, was it not worth the $900? He also took mental trauma cure. That's $1K. Was it not worth it? Which got him that other fuck buddy that fixes emotions? Because also the Italian person, he got mental trauma cure too. And he got even a hotter white girl. He fucked like 4 white girls in a row. Is it not worth it? Right now, Vancouver is always hard. So Canada is always hard. But there are some states in the United States that are harder than others. So that's how it is. Like Florida may be a slightly bit harder. I think that self-proclaimed coach, nothing happened. The students just pulled and did not get late. Who knows? I'm just speculating. But that area is a little bit harder, easier like Las Vegas. New York is medium. It's not hard. It's not easy. Yeah, there's Texas too. There's more distance in between. It all differs from state to state. Or the places with a bunch of hood rats, like DC. I'll not do any discounts. On Sunday, I'm just going to raise it to $1,000. Unless you want to do like a, financing plan. Like I'm always asking you guys, like, if you can pay for a certain amount, I enable Elite 30 and 2 Skypes or something. And after you pay for the rest, I unlock Elite Playbook and also Elite Focus and the other 8 Skypes. Maybe that's a win-win situation. I think that's a good idea. So if you want to pay in pieces, as long as you can pay, but if you don't pay me the second half, then you can just get stuck with the first half, which is Elite 30 and 2 Skypes, and I will not be fucked. I will not get screwed over. I'm good for the money. I know you are, but I'm not training anyone from India. I'm sorry. Indians do quite well. My Pakistani mentor looks like an Indian. He has like a 10 out of 10 looking girlfriend. I cannot show you. He told me not to, and it was only for me. I can verify it. I can swear in my whole career that she actually is the first 10 out of 10 I've ever seen, because she flew over and she came to Vancouver in the same inner circle mansion. Holy shit, she's so pretty that she's even more pretty than most of the Russian women out there. No dating coach even has a girlfriend like his. So if he's a guy like him, around 5'10" and a half, that can get stuff like that. Because he went to Europe for 2 weeks. Got like so many lays and a girlfriend, all of it. In Vancouver, he's banging 9s and 10s now. He used to just bang 9s. So it is possible. But Vancouver needs a lot of social skills. Toronto, you need more status. There's no interest. So if you pay like the first half or something, like the first part of the 900, maybe like 400 or 500, then I only enable the first course and 1 Skype or something like that. I think 1 Skype would be good. And then you get the rest. The second course, Elite Access, the other 9 Skypes when you pay the rest for the 500. So if you want to pay in pieces, that'll be fine. That's actually what the other student did. He paid in pieces too for the Chinese student who got laid. He paid in pieces. He couldn't afford everything, so it took him like 3 different payments to pay me everything, this guy.
This is 2023. This girl was my first approach. There was no flake. My first approach after becoming John's student, and she's a white girl. I'm Chinese, 5'8". I live in the U.S. I signed up for John's class about 2 weeks ago, and then yesterday I got my first lay. It was at the park. I met this girl. I used an direct opener, and
when I'm out there, I have to wear a mask because I have no immunity to the COVID. Because I'm OCD, I wash my hands nonstop. I get sick very easily, very, very easily. I'm quite old right now. I could die, so I'm not vaccinated. So I'm not saying I'm an anti-vaxxer or nothing, but maybe I am. But no needle is going to my fucking arm. So even if I film outside, somebody has COVID, they walk by, I'm fucking dead. So I have to wear a mask in the videos. I don't want to do that. So how old am I? If I start in 2001 for day game in university, before Mystery and before Ross Jeffries, it'll give you some idea that I'm not 22 years old as I look. Maybe I'm somebody that looks like half my age. As crazy as that sounds, that means I have that much experience in day game. I field tested and split tested every fucking system. I'm not joking. Every fucking system, or major ones. And I discarded most of it. That's why it works so well. And the mentors who are inner circle, naturals taught me. That's everything I've been teaching you is what the naturals have mentored me with. You guys don't understand social skills, flow drill. What the fuck is John talking about? Social calibrations. What the hell is John talking about? Emotional control, talking slow. What is John talking about? Whitewash tonality. What is John talking? This is all from the fucking natural. They all do it. Every single one. No, I'm less than 50 years old. I do day game. But with a mask. I just basically show her my picture on the phone and say that's how I look like. But yeah, I'm just not filming infields right now at this moment. So
I started talking. I noticed that she was very friendly and open. I used a statement just making a
So this guy from China in the United States, he bangs a white girl in one approach. He did exactly everything I said. He just could not wait to get the elite access, the second payment. He actually tried to get money early so he can get access to my brain, ask me a question every single day. He literally was like a sponge. He was the only student where you can tell him what to do, besides the 5'4" Filipino who went over to UMP and coached for them using my fucking skills, by the way. Fuck UMP. Most of their students, they bang like 3-4, 3-4, 3-4, 3-4. Well, at least they get some quantity. My students always go up in quality. But for this Chinese student in the United States, bangs a white girl.
About some decoration in her hair, and she was interested in talking, so I just used the active listening skill. I didn't interrupt her. I didn't talk much.
Social skill flow.
Okay.
Social skill flow drill, which he was taught.
I locked my eye contact, and so this whole time we were talking, and I remembered I used body language to keep my chest up.
Social calibrations, another 2.5 points. He knows exactly what to do. He's trained.
Time. And so we talked for about like 15 minutes, and I was lucky. She was very talkative, and I think it was because my body language was right and my eye contact was really focused on. I was actively listening. So
if you're white or you have status, you completely dominate Brazil.
Was really encouraged and motivated to talk. We talked for about like 15 minutes. I had to leave, so I gave her my contact info. Then a couple days later, we met up. So when we met, we were meeting at a coffee shop, and when we met, we gave each other a hug. And then I started grabbing her hand, and she was comfortable letting me do that. So I held her hand. We walked inside the coffee shop, and we ordered a coffee. So this whole time we were talking, and she was
coffee, not alcohol.
Was very open to talk. So I didn't say much. I just used active listening. I was like, oh, okay, just talk like that.
I wasn't even sitting or standing next to him in the boot camp. So, what the fuck? No boot camps. He still got laid. All of them. No boot camps.
About another 5 minutes when the coffee was made, she suggested to go take a walk. I was like, okay, we went to take a walk. And this whole time, I forgot to mention during the conversation, the small talk, I was here and there. I was physically escalating, touching her.
Mostly like 18 and 21.
Shoulders, her arms and stuff. And kept on flirting with her here and there every a minute or two. Then we started just so natural. We started making out. And so I made an excuse saying I was going to show her something in my house. So she agreed on going to my house, and we went to my house, and I started the small talk.
I just, whatever her age is, if she's 22, then I'm 24, right? Got it? If she's 25, I'm 27. If She's 18. I'm 21. I'm 5'7". I'm 5'7". I don't like Asian women, only white women.
Again, I remember John said, talk slow, don't talk fast. So I talked slow and I took my time. We were
Talk slow. Emotional control, another drill. Don't you guys get it? The points are being raised. That's 7.5 right there. That put him over the line.
like very comfortable having a conversation.
That's why elite access is so important. So on Sunday, I'm going to raise the price to 1K. So anyone wants to join beforehand or even get like a financing plan, like once I make a decision at 1,000, I'm not lowering ever. It's going to be forever 1,000 USD. So if you want to pay in pieces, right, and it makes sense to pay over time, but in a timely manner, do it. Stop fucking around, guys. Because the more students get laid for the next batch, the reason why it's also raised is because it gets rid of sewer rats. If you got good clients that they don't hassle you, you see the Italian guy, right? Okay, let's go back to the Italian guy. I know there's too many late testimonials, but let's continue here. Yeah. See, it's the same fucking basic training like the army. Back to the mindset playlist, indoctrination, back to the basic training. And what happens?
That's what I did daily. I practice the mindset. I practice my social skills.
Yeah. You don't need boot camps. Most likely he follow like, other coaches, like UMP, a bunch of other people. This stuff rarely even fucking works. He has so many rejections. He had to go through mental trauma cure to get over his rejections and stuff. He's gone through hell, man. And the women are very unattractive before. You want to know what kind of women he's fucking now? No, he's not. No, he's 5'8". He's not the shortest. I have like 5'2" students, 5'3". So let's see if we can see a clear picture. I'm not sure. Let me open up. Maybe I should open up this Star Trek like phone or whatever it's called. Okay. Hopefully it's a little bit bigger. This first lay is over here. You can see on the very top. He bangs a blonde fitness model over here. If you can see, I'm not sure. You can always check out my testimonial page. I wish there's a better screenshot, but if you can't see it, so the first one is fitness model. It's like, what the fuck? Now you jump in quality. You can check out on my website. Number 2, he bangs that Italian, Hungarian. This woman over here, she's very pretty. Over here, I put her next to Dua Lipa, who is like Albanian. And you know the singer Dua Lipa with the black hair and then the pretty face and tall. She looks exactly like her, but prettier, better features. Number 3, this is the testimonial that he fucked, is the Russian woman here. He fucked a Russian right here for this one. Number 4, he fucks a woman from Kazakhstan over here. It's hard to see, but you guys can check it out. Kazakh, it's like a Russian with a little bit of this genetically Asian or whatever the fuck mixed with Turkish, all this other shit. That's 4 lays in a row, and then he stopped. Maybe he's satisfied that he's focusing on work. But it took him 4 lays to focus on work. That's excellent. So you have the newest version, the Z Flip 5. Well, I guess I got tired of Asian women. They're all just socially retarded. It's a turnoff. And once I started liking white women, like after university, I never went back to Asians. I think the social skills of white girls are much higher. And they're prettier. I don't think Asian women are attractive. It will not crack. This newer one will not crack. And the hinge is better. You see that? It's close together. The other ones are kind of further apart. It can crack. This one won't crack for shit. This crease is barely even moving. So, yeah, it's not going to crack. It's super stiff. Not a bad idea on K-pop maxing. I mean, BTS is getting older now, so they're actually every age they go up, and women are still accepting them. It can still help, but it's good to be whitewashed instead of BTS wash or K-pop wash. So, having said that, now you realize I can teach you without boot camp. Let's continue listening to this testimonial. I'm telling you. I mean, imagine living a life that you have so much abundance that too much pussy. and they're fucking like all $8s and $9 10s. They're models, they're like Dua Lipa looking, they're Russians, and they're fucking like, Kazakh. At some point, your brain sort of shuts down because you're too satisfied. In the UMP, is like a fucking UMP is like a fucking purgatory. 3, 4, 3, 4, 3. You never satisfy. It's like junk food. Sewer rats. 3, 4, 3, 4, 3, 4, 3, 4, 3, 4, 3, 4. Right? And it don't happen very often. It happens like once every few months. You might be lucky. You get 4 months of rejections trying to sexualize it. 3, 4, 3, 4, 3, 4. They're so ugly. My students are like fucking 8, 9, 8, 9. It's like they always go up. That's why they're so. At some point, they get satisfied. Even my Chinese student got 15 fucking lays, 5 models, 5 white girls, 2 actresses, and he just married one. He is this Italian guy's friend. He actually told the Italian guy to train with me. All right? He's like, can you help get my friend laid? Please take care of him. And I did take care of him. But he, just like the Jewish student, they got so much pussy and so much quality, their brain shuts down. They're too satisfied. That could have been you. Of course, there are students that don't follow instructions. They're sewer rats. They lose energy quickly. They don't do the drills. Then they don't get laid. And even the white student got laid twice. There was another student who's 5'2", and he was suicidal. And then I texted him. I just sent him the screenshot. I cannot show you right now because I haven't censored the name properly. You can kind of see it, but maybe I can just quickly show. 2 screenshots here. He got 2 fucking lays for a white student. Remember the white student that got laid recently? Now he has like another lay. So he's got 2 more. But one of them, he met her when he had a massage or something, a massage therapist. But he asked her on a date. He got laid. He got laid night game. I don't count night game. I would still count it as testimonial, but I don't care about night game. But here was a student. So all the recent students that joined are all getting multiple lays. I can't believe you're raising the price. What is your objection? I want to hear your objections to not training with me. Because if you're not training with me before I'm raising the price, don't be a sewer rat. I don't know your objections. That's why I put it to a vote. What is your objection? Skater 811. What is your objection of training with me? Is it the inflation? 7 people voted they quit. 7 people voted. I cannot believe that. But people are not voting enough. I don't know exactly why they're quitting or quitting dating. So when you look at the poll over here, okay, let me scroll down to it. Why is it taking so long to reach? Oh, now there's 6 votes. Right here. Finally, the 6th vote right here. So you see the bottom one has the longest and the top one, the middle one short. One of them voted, it was my backup plan for boot camps. It's like, here's why I asked you guys. Is my content debunking day game boot camps making you quit? Feeling like that was your backup plan just in case? So 33% or probably like 2 votes voted for completely unrelated but quit anyways. Economic stress. Well, you can always use a financing plan. The first piece, like $400 or something, or $450, maybe that's why she said it. I'll enable Elite 30 in one Skype, not Elite Access or Elite Playbook, or the other 10 Skypes, 9 more Skypes. How's that? You put $450 in the pot. You can come up with the rest later on, and I'll unlock the next piece of it later on. And then when you fully pay the 1K or 900, then you unlock everything else. There is no free lunch. If you guys want to get laid like my students or bang fucking 9 out of 10s and 8 out of 10s and women double their look scale, what do you expect? And without a fucking boot camp, you know how much a boot camp cost? You know how much does a boot camp cost for 7 days? I'll break down the prices for you for other coaches. So let's say you want to take one with alcohol maxing, with romantic flirts. $800 a day for 7 days is $5,600. Like, you can buy part of it now, enable parts of the course, the lesser part. And then as you pay more and more, I can enable more of the course. I think that's fair, right? It's a win-win. So if you put $450, enable Elite 30, which only costs $300 in one Skype, at least that way I would not be screwed. If you don't pay me the rest, you still have Elite 30. It's a win-win. When you're ready to continue, and then maybe another month goes by, then I'll enable Elite Playbook. As more time goes on, you pay the rest of your payment, then you get Elite Access for 1 year. You can text me every single day, and I can use a voice note telling you exactly what you need to do for 1 year. You can practice these drills. As long as you're progressing and not making the same mistakes over and over, you can practice drills. If you keep doing that, I just don't give the drills. I just give the advice. But all these students went through the drills. I have some students that I kicked out of all the drills who are not making any changes because they're delusional. They cannot see their mistakes. Unless you're not like that. But I think that could work. A financing plan makes all the... Hey, you know what? Maybe I should make a video talking about a financing plan. Because a lot of you want to train with me, but if you pay in pieces, right? What's the objection? It's $5,600 for a boot camp. Even 3 days is, for other boot camps, are like $3,000 for mystery method type of shit. ABCs of attractions like 4,000 or 5,000. So if $900 can get you laid, then why the fuck would you need to spend $5,000 or $5,600 for a fucking boot camp, a bench hold camp? Why? Right? No, executive, you're from India. You're not. I'm sorry. All right, let's continue listening to his testimonial. You want to secretly hear his 4th testimonial? Like, the 3rd one is already unreleased. I know I should not be previewing this stuff ahead of time, right? You should keep this stuff for the future. Let's- Okay, maybe I should not spoil this one, right? If I spoil it, then you may not watch it in the future. That means there's so many late testimonials I have not posted yet. So many of them. You wouldn't believe how many of them that I have never seen the light of day yet. Like, so many of them. I can go through all the old testimonials that are not being posted. The Vietnamese student who banged a 9 out of 10. Okay, I don't want to play that too much because, yeah, he told me to censor his voice. But I'm going to do that just for 1 second. But he got labeled a 9 out of 10. Well, with makeup, she's very pretty. Let's see. Black student. Right now, he has 76 lays, but I cannot count all of them, only up to 63, because he stopped elite access. It ran out. Not even a playbook, sorry. Not even any products. So here's a black student without bootcamp. If he can get 76 lays without bootcamp, right? 76 fucking lays. Now he's a coach for night game. Lots of people are coaches that are built off the backs of Johnny Elite. That student with 10 fuck buddies, a London guy, I'm not sure if he's trying to coach for mystery method, but he'll be roasted to hell and back because he's building his fucking skills off the back of Johnny Elite to empower the mystery method bullshit. They're fucking DHV stories, 3-second rule bullshit. They're fuck that. I'm not saying that's the company's name. I'm just saying that's what they do. But if he is like that, fuck that. Black student, he has my blessing to teach night game, not day game. 5'4" Filipino, coach for UMP, Johnny Elite skills. Self-proclaimed high lay count guy, a student with 6'7", blonde hair like mine, in Vancouver. One of my students. Johnny Elite is fucking empowering the whole fucking industry. Secretly getting no credit. Well, I didn't teach him that long, but I did train him for that 6'7" guy. So, if that were the case, Johnny Elite is like literally the fucking Tesla battery powering the whole fucking day gaming industry. What the fuck? No credit. That's why I stopped teaching coaches. Or people that want to be coaches. They will not be able to train with me either. I don't want anyone even with 5% of my skills. That's how dangerous they can be. There is no price that you can name. Even if you pay me $10,000, I'll still say no. It's a matter of principle. I'm sorry India has to suffer because of like maybe 6 or 7 students. But I've met some of the worst people over there that you think they're your friends, and then all of a sudden they all stab you in the back at the same time when the inflation started hitting in 2022. All at the same time. Stabs us, like all of them. I know it's not fair to take that on you. I know it's not fair. Let's continue. So here's a black student. Don't forget, this guy had 4 girlfriends at the same time. He had like 4 threesomes in a row. What the fuck, man? This is what happens when you transfer Johnny Elite's skill to a taller black guy. A taller black guy. And now he's up to 76 lays. He's also part of Elite Access. That's all he could afford. See that? A threesome? 3 more threesomes. So there's 4 threesomes, 4 girlfriends. And you're like, what the fuck? Just like the other Italian guy gets 4 9 out of 10s and 8 9s. It's like, what the fuck is happening here? Well, he's an instructor now, so for night game. But he has my blessing. As long as he's not competing directly against me for day game. Unlike the other 5'4" Filipino that was coaching for UMP, who legitimized the company based on the back of John Elite with 150 lays. If Mystery Method builds the back of my other white student with 10 fuck buddies, 5-some, 2 models and 1 model girlfriend, if they try to make him into a coach using John Elite skills and they block me out of these forum groups on Facebook because they have taken over everybody, nobody gets laid from their fucking Mystery Method shit online. 0 lay testimonials. They couldn't even get a fucking nothing. Why did everyone leave? They don't want to hear about his... Okay, fine. I won't play this testimonial then. We're wasting too much time. Let's talk about the second point. The second misconception is you have to worship dating coaches where you end up in a boot camp and you don't know why. The main thing to understand here is that you worship dating coaches, especially white dating coaches, where you'll be taking a boot camp for your very first boot camp with a white dating coach. And remember, I'm not racist if I'm criticizing white dating coaches. I'm just saying, most likely, you're going to suck off white dating coaches if you're a sheep. You assume they're good. They're not the same as the blue pill. Where's everybody? Just fucking left. You have no choice but to make the first dating coach. It has to be white no matter what. Because it's automatic thinking. Because you're a sheep. With automatic thinking, not realizing white dating coaches have a sociopathic death stare or autistic eyes. It's not the same as the blue pill, tall social white guys, even with the same as the naturals. So for me, I was mentored by a lot of white naturals. I can't show you their face, but maybe I can. They're tall, good-looking German white guys who looks like runway models. You know? That's how a lot of the naturals are in Vancouver from my Pakistani mentors' friends. They're all like tall white people, even like 6'6". Well, they got so many lays. They're just as good as my Pakistani mentor. There are some guys who are like 5'9", who's kind of ugly. I hate him. He came to the mansion. But he's banging Instagram models. While he's not always consistent, he's banging Instagram models. And he told me once I reach a certain age, when I get older, I'm going to get chubbier. And he also told me I'm going to have less energy. He's right. I do have less energy, but I did not get chubbier. I did get chubbier when when the pandemic hits. But I lost that weight now. I'm not chubby anymore. So I still look younger. So fuck what he has to say. Ukraine, maybe, but they're under war. That's one place. So if you could leave the country, right, the very second, even if you traveled, right, then you can train with me. Even if you have to sneak back in India. Let me think other places with beautiful women. But a lot of scummy. Colombia, that's another one. Dangerous as fuck. You'll probably get drugged if you try to go Tinder over there. Beautiful women, but completely insane people around you. Where else? Yeah, that's all I could think of. These two are just potential countries. So basically, especially those who are bootcamp junkies, so they're almost like a crack addict, right? Junkies. There's no people here. How come it says 0? Is there nobody here? Seriously? Anyway, here's the webinar. Check it out if you want to know more about my coaching. I'm going to keep talking. I don't care if you're not here. I'll just talk faster. All right. So they have to take boot camps over and over for the boot camp junkies. They're not like sewer rats, but they're like junkies. Another white dating coach, zombies, Asperger's, they can afford it. Full cortisol, direct game. Another fucking white dating coach, another white dating coach. The problem is with the sheeps is they will worship super hard no matter what. Just because the person is white and has more status and authority as a dating coach, even with less proof. We have never seen a white dating coach same day lay before. It's just a pole to a fucking cap. Oh, look at me. They pull her to a cab. It's a pole. No, it's a fucking maneuver to the cab. What are you talking about? That's not a pole. That's a maneuver to a cab. How is that? Well, but it's about the pole-in fuel. It's just like from beginning to end. Well, that's easy to do. Let's see a same day life. Just see one from a white dating coach. We can never find one. It doesn't exist. Doesn't exist. It's like a myth. There's only one white dating coach that ever showed a same day lay from beginning to end. And that guy is completely crazy. He blackmails his student. He has the most sociopathic eyes. Just one guy. But nobody else has shown it. People are getting angry. I'm talking about white dating coaches. They're getting triggered. It doesn't matter because you assume. Because you're so ADHD. You cannot read their testimonial page. It's only full of good reviews. Self-proclaimed, they have like this many testimonials. But most of it is just positive YouTube comments that did not get laid. Or it's fucking Tinder shit. And only like 5 or 10% is pickup. Mostly night game and very few day game. Or other coaches that are RSD like, they usually have like 3 lay testimonials or 0, like Crap Charisma King. Good reviews don't mean shit, like ABCs of attraction. I'm glad they got laid in a third world country. Traveling there, a night game, who gives a fuck, is easier. But mostly you worship white. You know? It doesn't mean they have good student results if they have good... You know, this is kind of funny. If you guys are dropping off when I'm talking about white dating coaches, then I obviously have to make a video to not worship white plausibility. You cannot worship white dating coaches. No, but they're gods. No, they're fucking autistic, man. When you live in the world with naturals and stuff, and then you're around them and you're around the fucking white dating coaches, they're like zombies. The white dating coaches are like mass approaching zombies. They have opinions as facts. If I'm wrong, you look at this. I have 621 laid poll testimonials. I still have to update it. So if I have 621 and Crap Charisma King has 0 or Todd V has 3, this is the amount of delusions they have. Their stuff is not transferable. Don't you get it? Genius Test has 3 lay testimonials or 2. I have 621. 2. 1. Self-proclaimed high lay count guys. Maybe around like 7 or 8 or 9. Due to popularity and free whatever. If they have a free challenge, maybe before in 2022, one person may get laid. That's a tall, good-looking white guy. Even London Day Game, if they hold like a challenge and they have a lot of people, somebody's going to get laid because they're tall and white. It doesn't mean they're good or a tall black. Luckily. See, why are people dropping off? Because they cannot handle the truth because I'm too based. They can't handle it. There's 0 people here because they can't stop sucking off white dating coaches, white plausibility. You see that? If I say white dating coaches suck, they have no proof, no same day, you'll drop off because you're like, oh my God, it's a cognitive dissonance. There's 2 opposing ideas. You're sucking them off because you're delusional due to high ego and low self-esteem during inflation. And John Elite, the world's best day game coach, is saying white dating coaches are the biggest scammers in the world who has no same day late fucking proof. And they have like 3 or 0 late testimonials. But no one wants to listen to that because they're brainwashed. This year, they're more brainwashed than ever. That's why they're filling white boot camps like crazy. White plausibility strikes again. White status. White authority that they have not earned. It's called the halo effect. The halo error. Because you attribute because they're white, they must be good. You take one trait that they have And you assume they must be really, really good. It's automatic thinking. It's just like black people. He black, I vote Obama. I vote Obama. Not to be racist or nothing. Don't take it out of context, but that's what black people are like. They'll vote Democrats automatically because they're black. They'll say, oh yeah, maybe they'll go for it. No, they won't. No matter how poor they get, they're used to that. No offense. Because a lot of my black students are always in debt. Especially during this inflation, they're always in debt. They spend like they're rappers. Don't you, for my black students, don't you laugh. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Now the black student with 76 lays, now he's learning not to spend like crazy. But automatic thinking does not get you laid. It gets you into boot camps. That's why 99% of people get no results in boot camps. And they're always filling the white dating coaches' pockets. And no one wants to hear this. Because you got to go on your pilgrimage. You got to go on your white dating coach pilgrimage, one after another, and not get any results. You don't want to go with plan A, which is Elite 30, Elite Bundle 2, or Elite Bundle 1. No, you got to go to white dating coaches or the Kaizen program, which I have, which is one-on-one. You train every day sending me videos and stuff, and I correct it. You go out there. The thing is that you don't need boot camps or white boot camps. And after the white boot camps, after you take 3 white boot camps, you take one of them your own ethnicity. 3-1, 3-1, 3-1. It's just how it works. White plausibility. Or once you don't go to plan B because you're ADHD. I mean, you go to plan B, which is white plausibility. You never go plan A because you're super autistic and you're Asperger's in your worship. Other autistic or Asperger dating coaches, and you don't even know it. You don't know what you don't know in your own mental filter with automatic thinking. It's like telling Eskimos, hey, you know there's a city? What's a city? Hey, you know what social skills are? What social skills? Automatic thinking. You don't get it. It just, there's no frame of reference because you can't perceive it. So you're always trapped by your delusions and half-assing it, taking boot camp. The general population before that is not socially impaired, blue pill, like you are, they're not the same as white dating coaches. The white dating coaches are creepy scammers who works with each other, scamming people on a massive scale. But when I talk about white dating coaches and boot camps, people get triggered because they do worship. If they're not the same, I have to make a video about this. That white dating coaches are very different from the naturals and from the from the blue pill people who gets girlfriends with ease before the lockdowns and people losing their social skills. Now 63% of men are single, and red pill is coming in there and poisoning your minds. You need more status? No. What you really need is more social skills. That's what was missing, and the whole world turns upside down. But that's the thing. There's 2 people here. Thank you for being here. But when I talk about white dating coaches and people have to go to a white boot camp, you all know it's true. There'll never be more than 2 people here because the rest will drop off because they're triggered. They don't have social skills. If I was wrong, then you should look at their eyes. They all have like psycho-looking eyes. If you look at Julien Blanc, for example, if you look at their eyes, you can see they all have the same psycho eyes, like the same sociopathic eyes. All of them have it. They're not this. Blue pill does not have sociopath eyes. Look at the evidence. Look at the eyes. But if you cover the mouth, the smile, right? Because you always see symbolic. What do you see? You see these devils. Whenever you see a dating coach like this, with these crazy psycho eyes, these are sociopaths. They're sociopaths. And they're delusional. And their eyes are always split in 2 different directions. Okay, so for example, here's Charisma King. You can see the eyes are pointing in 2 different directions. He's not a nice guy. He's the most Machiavellian person alive, the most delusional. He has sociopathic eyes. This is a fact. You cannot deny it. The eyes look at two different directions and then it gaslight you. But people trust him. He has 0 lay testimonials. The only student he has, one of them pulled 3 times, did not get laid. That's white dating coaches. They all have this kind of eyes. They all have sociopathic eyes. If they don't have that, then Coach Kyle, they have autistic eyes. Or Todd V. Todd V has the autism eyes of engineers like Elon Musk. I'm not saying he's comparable, but they have these engineering eyes. Their eyes, you almost like look at them, it's like a glass eye, and you can see behind them, like the whole space behind them, like there's stars everywhere. You almost look through them. These are the autism eyes, the Asperger eyes. So most dating coaches, they have the Asperger eyes or they have the intense death stare for white dating coaches. They are not the same. They are definitely not the same as Blue Pill or the Naturals. They're a different breed. That's why they look so intense. Like they're psychos with opinions as facts. Like you need DHV story. That's why there's 0 people here. Because they cannot handle, 2's back, thank you. But they cannot handle the truth. This is too based. When they're self-proclaimed coaches with split eyes and just like Pennywise eyes and fucking crazy death stare, it looks like a Hitler eyes. I'm not saying one coach, I'm saying lots of self-proclaimed high lay count guy coaches. I'm not saying one coach, I'm just saying many of them are like that. They all have the same fucking eyes. Since you guys will drop off, I'm going to keep talking about this topic so I can cut it into a video and then I can post it in the video section because people keeps dropping off because it's too fucking based for you guys. There's too much truth in one fucking minute. There's too much fucking truth that you cannot handle it. You want the truth? You can't handle the fucking truth. Because it's too fucking based. That these guys, these white dating coaches that you go to their boot camps, they're scammers. They all have sociopathic eyes. And you're like, oh, I don't want to hear this, John. I don't want to hear this. But what the fuck? Why are they having sociopathic eyes? Even Todd V's eyes are pointed in 2 different directions. You know that? If they have a sociopath death stare and their eyes point in 2 different directions, like Crap Riz My King. Oh, it's actually on my website. So, and there's many pictures of him. So when you look at the eyes, right? Have you noticed one thing in pattern? They almost have this sort of cult leader glow about their eyes. The guy on the bottom is from the Heaven's Gate cult or something. They get people to mass commit suicide. Just like these people, they have the same kind of eyes. Separate eyes, dark tetrad, and a death stare. They all have that. They can't help it. Most of the dating coaches have those kind of eyes. Even Justin Wayne has those kind of eyes. You know that? They have these Charles Manson-like eyes. He has the same eyes. Do you see that? This is not a coincidence. Why do they have the same eyes? That's the death stare I'm talking about. That's a sociopathic death stare. So if you want to know if a dating coach is sociopath, then that's the thing. They have a sociopathic death stare. Let's see if there's any more pictures here. Okay, this one does Crap Rizma King in there. But you see the point. So that's not the only coach. Most white dating coaches have the same eyes, either autistic eyes or sociopath eyes. If you see anybody with an intense death stare like this, and they talk like this, they do this kind of thing, and the eyes are split, they're most likely going to manipulate you into a boot camp and gaslight you. It's just how it is. But you guys are delusional, so you can only see like here. You see a fake smile with RSD Tyler. You don't see the crazy eyes. So you make it symbolic, left brain. You get into your left brain, which is your delusions. 4 traits of low self-esteem. Delusions, half-assing it, wrong path to sociopath, burning out. But your delusions, especially during the inflation, during the winner and loser effect, because everyone is losing. Sewer rats, they're losing because the fucking food prices, they get triggered. So they get more cortisol, they get more delusional. It's almost like a fucking Apple Vision Pro VR, where you're completely delusional. You cannot see your own mistakes. So, but there are a bunch of dark tetrad personality disorder sociopaths with opinions as facts who gets along with their own kind that doesn't have day game lay testimonials. There are zombies just like you that are using Asperger's mystery method tactics or RSD mass approaching. All right, let's play the Italian testimonial again very quickly. The last one, I'm going to secretly sneak it in there. Okay, I know I cut off the thing at a certain point. I don't want to spoil it, but let's just play it so you can see what's ahead. I'll play it faster.
was
I mean, in a month and a half, if you fucked 4 women that are like 8 and 9 out of 10s, is that worth it? For Elite Bundle 2, is it worth it? In 1.5 months, that's a short amount of time. I'm just saying. Why take a fucking boot camp? Oh, boot camps are faster. Okay, boot camps are here, right? Let's say it's a 7-day boot camp. But what's before the 7 days? You basically wasted 3 or 4 months on their day game course, which takes money out of your pocket month after month. So you're wasting 4 months plus 7 days. How is it faster? Think for a second, sheeps. Think. Stop bench holding. That's the thing. He took many boot camps. Now he's criticizing boot camps, which is great. Basically, if you're nodding at the key words that she says, then she'll talk more. You get it? Because if somebody is like nodding, this is social skills, by the way. Most people don't teach this. If you nod at the exact right times, right? She's gonna fucking talk more. Therefore, the more she talks, the more you can flirt. Eureka. But nobody knows that. So you just mass approach, self-amuse, DHV stories, sexualize, and nothing happens.
please.
Kazakhstan, very nice. Borat. USA. Number 1 country, Kazakhstan. No, just joking. It's probably nothing even like that. It's just a character. Yeah, I shouldn't spoil that one, but you know, we gotta spoil a little bit, right? Gotta spoil a little bit. Let's continue. I don't care if there's nobody here. I'm just gonna speak regardless. My truth. The third misconception about day game boot camps are actually, they're not faster. You believe that they're faster, but they're not actually faster. They're actually a lot slower. You believe you're willing to pay a higher price because you're getting a faster speed. Because you're lazy and you're half-assing things. But you are misled because before the boot camps, you also purchase their day game courses, which does not work, which change your bank account or charges your bank account month after month. Despite you not wanting to believe it because you worship dating coaches like you're worshiping idols. It is such an automatic thinking from delusions. Zombies with low self-esteem that you cannot help it. Boot camps are for those with the lowest self-esteem and ADHD, which makes you have low self-esteem and higher ego because you're always triggered or bench-holding. Your whole brain shuts down when you worship. You have given your authority away. No matter how many times I tell you and say you are not a sheep. You know? No matter how many times I tell you, you keep acting like a sheep. But you just cannot stop sucking off white dating coaches like UMP, like Gabriel Gray. You guys go gay for Gabriel Gray. That guy basically has no proof whatsoever. We don't even see any testimonials at all. It's just a tall, good-looking white guy, but it's like, wow, Gabriel, wow, good job, Gabriel. Oh, I love that concept. Whoa, you're talking about confidence, Gabriel. Wow, Gabriel. Wow, these fucking sheeps are just like fucking deep-throating Gabriel Gray nonstop, just ramming it down their throats. I mean, just worshiping white plausibility. Mystery method type of coaches, even with zero late testimonies for day game. But mystery is the godfather. Automatic thinking. Mystery is the godfather. You can't fucking change their minds. Then you worship self-proclaimed high lay count guys. I'm not saying one. Guys. Who basically is posting testimonials that are just positive comments from YouTube. How is that even verified? What they're just... I'm not saying they're out accounts. I'll never say that. But I'm just saying, how can we verify it? You know? Beyond a shadow of a doubt. We can't. So if you just look at their video testimonials for the actual students you can verify, there's only like 36 or whatever, very few. They're just posting positive comments and stuffing their testimonial page. I got 1,000 something testimonial. No, you don't. 50% are just stuff comments that they're setting up dates, or they hate red pill and they got over it, or they got over black pill. That's not testimonials. That is not a result. It's either lays from pickup or not. I don't care if it's night game, but Tinder, I mean, Tinder is not even a fucking testimonial. It doesn't count as shit. If you're a white guy and you use any of their stuff and you plug into their scripts, you'll get at least 50 lays because you're white and you only need 12 out of 35. You get 10 points for your natural status being white. And the other 2 points are text game. That's it. No skills. And some good pictures. I mean, how is that pickup? If you can get an assistant to fucking swipe for you and send you on WhatsApp the number. That's not fucking skills. I mean, I'm glad you got a body count, but that's not a lay count. The fuck? The fuck? It doesn't mean that it is any tangible results if half of them are just stuffed with positive comments. Like, I got over red pill. I like this course. What the fuck? How can you collect shit like that? Imagine I collected every positive comment on here on the YouTube live. And that's a testimonial as an impression. Fuck that. No, I have standards. I only posted day game late testimonials, later poll. I don't post positive reviews like ABCs of attraction. Who gives a fuck how positive you feel as they're sticking their finger up your ass, and then you just they're reaching around there, and then you just feel good getting no results for day game. But you feel good because you feel like they took care of you in the boot camps. So you give a positive review. But you're supposed to get laid, you fucking idiots, like my students. And people look at me like I'm crazy in these forum groups. They look at me like I'm fucking crazy. Johnny Lee, another late testimonial, no money, right? They can't afford it. Inflation. Crazy. I mean, Tinder testimonials, come on now. It's not even pickup. Few night game testimonials, very few. Day game, right? Day game is 20 out of 35. Lots of skills, social, like all the points. Tinder is like 12 out of 35, and night game is 15 out of 35. That's why ABCs of attraction can get people laid in those other third Latina countries and Eastern European countries for night game, because you only have to focus on 15 out of 35. And being in a different country, you have more status maxing, thorough money status advantage, and also like exotic advantage. But they have very few and very far in between. For day game, ABCs of attraction does not have anything since 2021. They treat day game like an afterthought because of this mystery method or misery method style that does not work for day game, and they don't even care. You call them out, they smile, and they know the money is still coming in like crazy for their boot camps. You can't stop them as long as people have low self-esteem. You can't fucking stop them. It's too technical. It has no social skills or social calibrations for these engineer types. Just opinions as facts, and you just trust white plausibility where they just pull a woman to a cap. Automatic thinking, just like black people automatically voting for Obama. Keep black eye, I vote Obama. So you automatically rewrite your own brain. Even if a dating coach shows proof of a same-day lay, they always have a big bottle of alcohol next to them. Isn't that convenient? Always a big bottle of alcohol. And escalating her super hard, which is not something I'll ever teach you guys because that's unethical and sociopathic. Because romantic flirts does not work because you don't fit in the boyfriend and girlfriend frame. So you're always stuck for day game courses where you love to pay them month after month, wasting and draining your bank account. Then you learn their secret is when you take a boot camp using romantic flirts. Now you have to escalate super hard because that's the only way you can close. But that's not something that is sustainable in the long term because you need habits, not tactics. Their tactics does not work without the alcohol crutch. You see, my students got a 10 fuck buddies, a 5-some, 2 models, 1 model girlfriend without even taking a boot camp. This is key because you're such a sheep that your mind has shut down. You cannot listen to a word I say. And you believe by worshiping, you take their boot camps automatically with automatic thinking. Just like when I criticize white dating coaches, that everyone disappears. Automatic thinking. Since you do not worship me, since worshiping sells boot camps faster, so you chose boot camps over my plan A. Now I know what you're thinking. Oh, you still got to take a boot camp or bencho camp. You're still going to learn something. It's faster. This is automatic thinking of ADHD, low self-esteem, half-assed sheeps with delusions who submit to authority. The tricky thing is that you should go with, plan A, my day game system. Elite 30, Elite Bundle 1, Elite Bundle 2. The coach that has the most day game lay testimonials in the world, 620. Even if they use romantic flirts and alcohol, they have like fucking 37 students laid. 37's here's 621. So a lot of delusions here. A lot of delusions. Or you're worshiping halo effect. During inflation, you're more delusional due to low self-esteem. So that's why I create this plan A that you can get laid. And you can pay for it with a financing plan. Learning how to be more resilient. So learn how to get over your approach anxiety here without a boot camp. Learn how to be more resilient. Learn how to get laid without, worshiping. Because worshiping does not mean it's transferable. Just count their lay testimonials versus mine. Fuck boot camps. Even if you think the coach has good results, but in reality, romantic flirts does not work. So they need to use alcohol and escalate her super hard. Is that really results? Or are they just brute forcing it where you can use the alcohol crutch at the end of every single woman out there, which is totally illegal. By the way, because it's legal to get her drunk, it's illegal to escalate drunk women. That's called sexual assault. But if she submitted later on, it's only because of Stockholm syndrome, where the hostage sides with the captor, which is awful. That is a sociopathic style of game. That's why their students are so stupid, banchodes, without guilt, because they're sociopathic, they're triggered, and they're Asperger's. And they don't care because they're impressionable sheeps. If that gets them laid using alcohol, they don't care. They don't feel guilt. In these bencho camps, and that can get you laid without this bencho camp during this inflation. That's really affecting your cortisol stress hormones. You're experiencing the winner and loser effect, where you feel like you're losing and rather quit. Because the more you fail during the time period, the more cortisol stress hormone you get. Usually, when you win more, you get more testosterone, and you will take a lot more risk. But instead, you choose to shut down and go to plan B. So if I attack plan B, which is boot camps, even though I teach boot camps, but not right now, even me insulting boot camps can hurt my business. However, I did not expect you guys to quit like so much. And I told you guys to start to vote on the poll. Now 6 people voted, but they're ignoring my plan A or day game courses and training online. So this is what I'm going to do. I have a 30-day challenge format. Also, I have a bundle, Elite Bundle 2, that takes care of everything that you need, including how to focus, how to fix your social calibrations, how to be more resilient, how to approach and get rid of your approach anxiety without boot camp. You don't need to worship me either, which fills boot camps very easily for other day game coaches. As I, the world's best day game coach, who has the most day game laid testimonials in the entire world for pickup in day game, I have more laid testimonials than every single day game coach in the world combined. Other day game coaches does not even have day game laid testimonials. They just have testimonials, which are just half of them are positive comments from YouTube, which is unverifiable. I only collect laid and poll testimonials. And like I said, you can have a financing plan. You can break it down, and then you can eventually afford it over time. And I can always just release pieces of the course in pieces. So YouTube positive comments does not count as testimonials, no matter how much they want to deceive you. They have the most testimonials, my ass, but not the most laid testimonials for pickup, which I have, especially for day game. They're just stuffing it, their page, like a fucking turkey. What I do is I give you a plan A. So you don't need plan B. You should get rid of plan B. Burn the boats behind you and go for plan A. Fuck having a plan B. You don't need a cushion. Plan A is proven to work even if you are not resilient. There is no way to do it. So. Let's see. Are you such a zombie where you're so low functioning, full of cortisol, stress hormone, so much Asperger's being engineered with a 6-figure salary that you can only afford the boot camps because you're an engineer or have a logical job? So what I've done for you is I saved you a lot of money if you're willing to be coachable and to stop worshiping boot camps or bencho camps for day game or any other coaches, because you're always will end up taking multiple boot camps anyways, right? It's a pilgrimage. It's like you have no choice but to give 3 white dating coaches $3,000 or $5,000. You're going to spend $10K with 3 white dating coaches. You can't even listen to me until you go through your pilgrimage, failing a few times, getting ripped off for boot camps, which is fucking sad. Because my plan A is easier. It saves you money. I could have focused on plan B if I really want to make a ton of money, more than now, and make you worship and make you end up in a boot camp if I wanted to. Honestly, I don't know how much longer I'm going to keep this plan A available at this price for $900 for Elite Bundle 2. It's going to be raised to $1,000 by Sunday. Too many people are getting laid from it and taking it for granted. But now I'm going to offer a financing plan. Right? Maybe I should make another YouTube video saying, ask me about my financing plan. So this would take away your excuses. I was trying to get people not to go with plan B, which is the boot camps. Since I criticized boot camps for so many videos for months. In fact, if you Google, or if you type in day game boot camps on YouTube, almost every third video is mine criticizing it. Yeah, what the fuck? Yeah. So when I criticize boot camp so much, I don't want this to be an excuse if I'm making fun of your plan B to make you quit, because that is your plan B or backup plan. I'd rather you stick with plan A. So I really wanted to get people laid with my plan A, which are my day game and online day game coaching without boot camp. So I wouldn't have to deal with people quitting day game nonstop because I put it to a vote. And several people avoided that. They quit dating altogether. Fucking 7 people voted that they quit dating. I was like, what the fuck, man? What the fuck? So I wonder, is it because I criticized their plan B or their bentro camps, their boot camps, where they secretly want to take a boot camp just in case? Not that they can afford it. I wanted to be able to enlighten people that there is a solution, even though during this fucking inflation for day game, that you do not need a boot camp, and I could increase my lead testimonials, which is already past 621 for day game. I got to update the banner. The thing was, people were quitting because that is their plan B, and I was criticizing it. That meant I wasn't able to get more enlightened people that to realize that there is a solution, even during the inflation. Sorry, I wasn't feeling like I'm burping or something. If you can't afford it, just take Elite Focus. For day game, you do not need a boot camp, let alone to increase my late testimonials, which is already past 621 for day game. To make things worse, I felt terrible because the reason why I'm talking faster is because I have to go to the bathroom. I'm just holding it in. So that's why I'm speeding up, trying to finish this. I felt terrible because it was my intention to get them to stop going to plan B and to focus on plan A. I even felt worse about the situation because they did not focus on plan A. They just completely quit. Even if most people are not quitting because of me criticizing boot camps, they might be quitting because of the economic stress as they voted. They can't afford it, but now there's a financing plan. But one person voting for quitting day game because I was criticizing boot camps. It is enough for me to make this video, YouTube Live, just in case to take away your excuses. I felt very frustrated because I was getting students late all the time, and I still am. But it is being ignored because my whole business is based around me getting them late. They post a video testimonial, and a few more people joins. But that process during 2024 is broken. What the fuck? The problem is that they were not joining. Instead, they were just doing the opposite. They're just fucking quiet quitting day game. That's not my intentions by criticizing boot camps, your plan B. And they might be making excuses thinking boot camps are easier for their low self-esteem. They're half-assing it for their backup plan. Not that these zombies, I mean, they quit, so easily, even if they can afford the plan A. I mean, I teach boot camps and stuff, of course. Not right now. But they're not cheap either. So if you want a backup plan as a boot camp, my boot camps are quite expensive. But other dating coaches' boot camps are very expensive. And 99% of them, you don't get results. Unless you're using alcohol crutches and escalating super hard. I have a plan A, which gets you better results without going to a boot camp. I'm the only dating coach for day game that can get you laid without a boot camp, teaching you online, proven over and over. Which meant I start to resent these low resilience, poor inflation mindset full of cortisol, stress, hormone sewer rats. That's what we're going to call them from now on. Not zombies, sewer rats. Because sewer rats are very poor, they're hungry, they're cheap, and they're stupid, and they multiply, they die very quickly, they fizzle out. So that hurt my income a little bit because I needed more students to get more people laid, to have more late testimonials that are not quitting day game like sewer rats. And the rat trap that they go through, it's like white dating coaches. The rat traps are like boot camps. They just keep falling into it. We're sucking off white dating coaches, boot camps. White dating coaches courses, boot camps. So that's the thing, because they have nothing but excuses. And this place in North America is turning into the second Japan. Then by chance, something amazing happened. That's when I told you guys not to go with plan B, but to go with plan A. you can get laid here more because I can get you over your approach anxiety and to get you to be more resilient. You just have to let go of the handbrakes in your mind, your excuses. It's always 5 excuses. This Hong Kong student made 5 excuses in a row. I teach him not to make excuses. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I won't make excuses. Makes another 5. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Another 5. Fuck your excuses. Do it my way. There are no good excuses. Unless what I tell you gets you canceled or gets you killed, everything else is a bullshit excuse. You think boot camps are the shortest, shortcut? It's the long cut because you still have to buy their day game courses, which takes a lot of money and many months of your life to find out it does not work. And you worship because you're delusional and you worship the halo effect. Either the coach is strong or they're white or they're Asian who's tall and strong. It's always a halo effect, that one trait that automatically makes you trust them. So you don't get results. You're like a sewer rat that falls into their traps. You know what? That's actually kind of a good idea, right? Talk about sewer rats. Are you a sewer rat? Note to self, in case I forget, why don't you talk about sewer rats in the fucking boot camps as, as like the rat traps or something? That's a funny way to look at it. They fizzle out, they die very quickly. That's a good idea. I want to change my landing page. I'm just writing this down or just making a voice note because I forget easily. Such a good idea. Sewer rats, right? Are you a sewer rat? And the whole environment is like a sewer now with the binflation. It practically writes itself. This makes so much sense. Most people don't want to be a sewer rat. I'm not talking about zombies, sewer rats. If you're not like that, then train with me because I have a financing plan. John, you sound perfectly fine without the background music, and these videos are way too long. Let me just voice type. The longer the videos are, the more watch time I get. Right? It's good for the algorithms, and sometimes it gets me more students. People do watch it all the way through, though. This video already has 30 hours of watch time, just on the video section alone. Okay, I'm just texting somebody that wrote a comment. So for their boot camps, you don't get results, but my stuff is proven to work, unlike theirs. You can check out my lay testimonial page. It's on the top of the YouTube. They actually intentionally made their day game courses confusing and missing their alcohol crutches, where they use romantic flirts and they get you stuck when you pull her home. Their only solution is to be sociopathic, which means getting you guys to escalate her super hard using bedroom escalation when she's fucking drunk as a skunk, which is totally illegal on drunk women to escalate that hard. It's legal to get her drunk, but it's illegal to escalate that hard, even if she does not say no. Also, other types of boot camps are either using a bunch of stupid mass approaching with stupid RSD zombie tactics or mystery method like tactics or RSD direct game. They don't even work because they don't have enough points to get you over that line at 20 out of 35, unless you want to bang a bunch of 4 out of 10 looking women, assuming you have some SMV. If you don't, right, you're not going to get any results. You're not even going to get those 4 out of 10s. Now it became crystal clear to me how to get you late is to fix your money problems. That's why I create Elite Focus. It's in the fucking description. Look at it. I'll put the webinar there too, the new one. Because I saw you need to get your life in order and budget. So you can afford my courses, which is Plan A. You don't need Plan B, which is their boot camps, which you cannot even afford right now unless you're an Asperger's and you have a logical job. I also learned that boot camps are not a solution, but part of the problem. My solution does not include boot camps, even though I used to teach it. Until zero COVID, I'll teach it again. So why will you need it if you can get laid without it here? The only dating coach that can teach you online and get you laid for day game. If you look at recent student lay testimonials, like my 5'4" Indian student, he's now engaged. He's going to get married this year. He does not need a boot camp. You look at my Jewish student, he has 2 lays, but one of them, he wants to turn to a girlfriend. He's an older man, he's 42. You look at the other London student who got 10 fuck buddies, 2 models, 1 model girlfriend. He did not need 10 boot camps for that. He didn't need even 1 boot camp. You need to stop depending on plan B, which is boot camps. Start focusing on plan A. Get your life in order very quickly and get the elite focus for day gamers first. Go through the entire course and train with me afterwards. Then watch the webinar. When you watch the webinar and you can afford Elite Bundle 2 before I raise the price on Sunday to $1,000, then you could always use a financing plan. I have no problems with that. So you have no excuses. You should go all in and adapt. Even if you're skinny fat with big double chin due to cortisol stress hormone. Super ADHD, which you have very low self-esteem. Because you keep failing and there's inflation, making you fail experiencing the winner and loser effect, where you lose more and you get more cortisol stress hormone. When you win more, you get testosterone, you take more risk. So instead, you should be focusing on plan A. Go all in. Fuck plan B. Fuck the boot camps. Don't just quit because I insult plan B boot camps or bencho camps. And as a result, I made this video talking about it. After that, I started to make a poll to see what you voted for. It seems like the economic stress is the biggest driving factor. But however, one person voted that I insulted their plan B, which dissuaded them from coaching with me because I made fun of boot camps, bencho camps. Suddenly, I was getting people to watch more of the video to enlighten themselves, get more watch time, like the other person I said to. Even if they're poor and they're acting like a bunch of sewer rats with very low energy and they're value taking and they have the wrong energy and they fizzle out very easily, which I do not want to teach sewer rats. That's when I realized the secret to get people to not go with plan B, which is boot camps. Since I criticized the plan B boot camps for so many videos, I don't want that to be an excuse for you to quit. That's why I made this video. Because that is your plan B, your backup plan, your pilgrimage for sewer rats, for Asperger's, for people with 6-figure incomes and ADHD, half-assed low self-esteem. I'd rather you stick with plan A. I can get you over your approach anxiety. I can get you over your resilience problems. So you don't need a boot camp. Burn all the boats behind you and fight on as if you have no choice but to stick with plan A. Kind of like a battle of Normandy in World War II versus the Germans. They fight to the death until they win. There is no losing. If you don't fight, you always miss all the shots you don't take. Instead, you should be charging forward in the gunfire, metaphorically speaking, and succeeding like my other students. Not getting super ADHD unfocused and crying about spilled milk because of the inflation. That's where elite focus for day gamers is. Fix your fucking money problems. You don't need a plan B. Like, oh, John's criticizing boot camps now. I better not take one. I better quit day game. No, fuck you. You don't quit day game. Fuck boot camps. Go plan A. My plan was to start educating you that this place is turning to the next Japan, right? There's no problem. Do you release your student statistics? In the past, before the pandemic, 80% of the students had pulled a woman home and 70% got laid, or 72 at the best, but around usually 80, 70. That means 20% in the past before the pandemic did not get laid and did not pull because they're complete zombies with super unteachable cases. Sewer rats, full of cortisol zombies, right? So, but still, at the very peak of my coaching, I was getting close to 7 late testimonials a week and 3 polls. Of course, there are some students that don't get any results. That could happen, but it's very rare. But it does happen when I have an unteachable case. These guys basically make no changes. When I look at my white student, he's changing a lot. I have some students that don't change at all. It takes him 3 tries, and then he can make an adjustment forever. For the white student, now he has a fuck buddy. He's lazier after his 3rd lay now. He's becoming lazy. So I can show you the testimonial, but I cannot. I have to cover his name. But I can read it to you. So, 1 second. I'm going to play this quietly. I'm not sure what he says.
Hey, John. I wanted to check in with you and share what's been going on the last few days. So I actually am going to be heading to another national.
Okay, I'll deal with that later. I'm on YouTube Live right now. I'll check this out as soon as possible. Congratulations getting 3 lays so far. I was just talking about your results. Yeah, right now I'm on YouTube Live, right? You got 3 lays. And I'm just trying to tell people why drills are more important. Habits, not tactics. So that's just a thing. You were the testimonial a couple back. But you don't need a boot camp, as you can see. That's what I was trying to teach the people here today. I'll listen to your message as soon as possible. So I don't know what your message is. I have to deal with it later. I'm going to hang up soon or from the YouTube Live. But I'm not sure. It sounded like bad news. Something happened. But if you can train, right, and continue practicing your drills, do so. All right. All right, let's continue. So my plan was to start educating you that this place is turning to the next Japan. You know how Japan is, right? Like fucking low birth rates and shit. And people quit dating, right? They just rather watch porn or something, play video games. And they call it hikimoris or something, you know? These guys, they don't do shit. Don't be like that. Because the economic stress in Japan right now is in a recession. Same with New Zealand and same with London. They're all in a recession right now. But Japan is in a recession. But you should not quit like the Japanese for dating. They don't even want to have families. They don't even want relationships because it's too expensive. Same with the women. What a fucked up country. But the United States is turning into that. This woke fucking country in the North America is turning into Japan. So if you don't make changes to address your day game problems, you're going to be in trouble. So I started making videos that people are quitting day game for no reason at all, except they're unfocused zombies who are full of stress hormones, who lacks resilience. But I didn't stop there. I then made a video talking about the bad weather. You know that? This week is supposed to rain a lot, snow a little bit. It's getting better. But you'll make another excuse if I don't address it. After that, I try to deal with every objection, including giving you a free course called Elite Focus for Day Gamers. Sign up to it. It's free. What the fuck? Subscribe to this channel too. It helps a lot. But there is still a problem. You just kept looking at me like I was crazy. It's like, oh, look, another lay testimonial. Here's the white student, another lay. And they watch the video testimonial and they don't fucking sign up. But now you can because there's a financing plan before I raise the price on Sunday. It's never going to be lowered again. I'm sorry. But even if you finance the plan, it's affordable over time. So it's not an issue. So stop looking at me like I'm crazy. Okay, posting day game later. Okay, I'm glad it's not bad news. So get back to your drills soon. Oh, okay. So you're practicing the exercise. Is it the second audio? Let me hear it.
Yesterday's date. I met her.
Okay, so another date. Okay. Yes, send me your drills as fast as possible so I can hear an x-ray of it. I'm just voice typing. The thing is, you have to be able to retain your habits, but don't have more than 3 days of not practicing because your neural pathways will not create a link in the chain. It takes 21 days in a row to develop a habit, but 2 days break at most. Hopefully that makes sense. All right. So, yeah, that's the student statistics before the pandemic. But now it just, most of the students that joined for the recent batch for 2024, most of them already got laid. Except for one guy who's 5'2" or something and a virgin. He'll lose his virginity eventually. It'll take him more time. He needs to get back to Elite 30. Back to day one, he took a break. But all of these 5 students right now, 4 of them already got laid. That's the statistics. But I need more students, a new batch. Not sewer rats. I need a new batch that are not sewer rats. So I kept posting day game lay testimonials, beating out every other coach out there. Whenever they post their student results, they're so inferior to mine. They post like 1 white student laid. I post like 10 fuck by these 5 sum 2 models. They post like some Indian student. Maybe he's bald. I post a bald Indian student who's getting married. It's not even comparable. It's like fucking, they post this, I post that. My one beats the shit out of theirs. Somehow you gotta suck off these boot camps because you're zombies or sewer rats with very low resilience and ADHD. Also, you're Asperger's. That's how you're able to afford the boot camps, because you're Asperger's. Even this white student's Asperger's. He has a very logical job if you're hearing this. Or something like that. So I ended up getting so frustrated that we decided to call you out. I called it go with plan A, not plan B. I thought if I could create something that would make it possible to be enlightened, and that quitting is not the only option. If I can insult your plan B, which is boot camps or bencho camps, as your backup plan, not only can you, you can't afford it anyways. I'll be really happy. After explaining to people for a month that you don't need a boot camp, actually many months, you don't need to worship dating coaches where you end up in a boot camp anyways, taking their day game courses, which does not even fucking work. I mean, if it's not working for your day game course and they cannot get a single lay testimonial, you're being scammed. So I create this plan A, go with plan A, fuck plan B. So now I can get people to understand that you should not quit because I insulted your backup plan. I then start to let others, enlightened day gamers who has resilience and who does not quit easily, go with plan A, not plan B. As a result of all this, here's what I achieved. I brought awareness to your attention, even though you are quiet quitting dating. After creating go with plan A, not plan B, I was not only able to get people to understand that they should not quit, but I've also been able to stop getting so angry at you guys because I've given you guys all the tools, including Elite Focus for the sewer rats, Elite Focus for day gamers, to get your life in order. Because I can now say that if I told you exactly all this, now you're responsible. Because now you are enlightened. That is plan A. So if you decided to quit or go to plan B, it is your fault. In the end, all of this means I am going to make videos like this, even though you ignore my courses and lay testimonials. At least I can deal with some of the objections. That's the end of the YouTube live. Thank you for being here, guys. I only got 2 likes. More likes, the better. That's about 3 hours. All right. End the stream. See you next one.